can one of you do me a favor and quickly head onto my Twitch and see if it's all
I'm waiting
working
for a
okay?
thing to come up.
Okay, no worries.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/TayupTV. There's this thing called Amazon Prime.
I'll use my free sub.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we should all be
I'm
live.
watching an ad for you.
You're watching an ad for me. Look at this. This guy knows. This guy is. What's the ad for? Actually, I'm curious what they're advertising on my channel. Is it a video game?
No, I think it's Prime Video.
Oh,
No, it's Audible.
no, it's Audible. Damn, I'm an Amazon sellout. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm getting Audible as well.
Is that looking okay, Amon?
Yeah. Why have you got your face?
The DM's face. I should actually remove that. I think.
He's kind of just taking up the space.
There we go.
I can move that camera a bit this way.
Which way? Like so.
Yeah.
There we go. Is there a bit of a delay?
Are you looking at it?
About a 4-second delay.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Yeah, we're good to go.
With the low latency, I think I've got like 30 seconds.
Hello. Right. Okay, let's get ready to start. So, where is my face? My face is here.
I've got about 5-second delay. Yes.
Okay. So, let's begin. So, the Gral'nor Valley campaign. Let's do a quick recap, and I want you to all of you to introduce your characters again because it's been a while. The main overarching story was that there was a giant beast slaying animals in the land and ruining farmland and stuff like that. So the people were getting very worried. They couldn't see the animal. The only sightings of it have led to the people that saw it die, or just been sort of seeing a shadow at night. So they haven't actually witnessed the beast in person. So you two adventurers went off, and you saw a notice board in your respective towns that said, hey, there's a massive reward for slaying this beast. So you decided to take upon yourselves to go and try and slay this beast. You all met, and you went on a nice little adventure trying to find out as much as you possibly could. You found yourself in Hammerfell, and after a bunch of adventuring up to Heimstead and coming back and meeting the Queen there and things like that, you went to the mayor in Hammerfell. You spoke to him, and you had a good conversation. You sensed that something isn't quite right with him. You sensed that he was hiding something quite big from you. You know that Hammerfell was under attack, and it was under attack by goblins from a neighboring sort of city, and they were at war for quite a long time. The mayor allowed you to go to the battlefield to help clean up there. However, what your plans were to go to the tomb that you had heard was there, that had just been uncovered. So you went there, you went into the tomb. You weren't sure what you were going to find, and after a long and chaotic experience of you trying to solve puzzles and get through to the end, you got to the end to find a large woman in a pool, and it was the woman's ghost sort of lying there, and then you heard a voice, and it kind of it gave you more insight as to what was happening. So there were two ancient wizards a long time ago, known as Relholt and Brecken. These two ancient wizards were known as they were respective wizards for the towns of Hammerfell and the city of Heimstead. What you didn't know until then was that they were brother and sister. And what you saw was the floating body of Brecken herself. After asking Relholt some questions, Relholt told you, when you were there, you heard the voice of Relholt, so the sister's brother, her brother. And he said for you guys to go where the dragons lay. That was the clue that he gave you. And so you find yourself in this tomb. You two, what would you like to do? I guess first you can introduce your characters.
Yeah, I can barely remember what we were doing.
Do you want to go first? For me to.
Oh, you can go first.
So I'm playing Emmanuel Vesta, who's a human cleric, party healer, essentially. Yeah, with a big shield and a lot of armor.
Evie?
I'm playing Artemisia Medina. I'm a wood elf and a wizard, and I grew up in the forest being raised by druids. My mother was a druid, but I've never known my father, and as I've gotten older I've begun to expect that he's quite a powerful wizard. And because of me being a wizard, I was never fully accepted by the druid community. So I eventually left and I spent most of my life just living on my own in the forest, practicing my magic. Although I do still worship the druid gods.
Awesome. And our newest addition.
Hi, I'm Lobzor Cranknuck. I am a fisherman from a small town outside of, must be Hammerfell. I was raised by this old man, never knew my family, and together we'd farm and collect goodies from the rock pools around our shack, living on the beach. Very nice. We lots of respect for the ocean. Yeah, pray to the ocean gods. That's always good. But yeah, anyway, he got killed by a bunch of goblins. I wasn't very happy about that. It was really bad. And since then, I've been on a murderous rage of hunting fish and goblins.
Awesome. Right. So we're gonna go where we left off. So last time we left off here at the pool in the tomb.
Mhm.
You two were there. You decided to go into the pool. Evie went into the pool and spoke to Relholt, and he told you to go where the dragons lay, and that is where you are now. So go ahead and put your counters on. You have.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. Let's begin.
Ronan Bed's still technically here.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Okay.
play that part.
Gonna put that camera on for both of them.
There we are.
So yeah, so we just got a massive quest of being told to go where the dragons lie, but
We've already been there.
and they're
It
very
didn't go
strong.
well.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we should go and do some research and find out more about how to defeat dragons so that we're actually
Yeah.
prepared. Because I feel like last time we were completely unprepared.
There's also that last gemstone that's supposedly on its way to Hammerfell
Mm-hmm.
that we still need to find. What else is there that we can do here?
Just to recap, the Queen Sophrenia was missing some gemstones.
Yeah.
That was another quest that they were on. So the Queen in Heimstead, yeah, she was missing some good gemstones. She suspected they were stolen, and so she was looking for them. And that was another quest that you were on.
Did we give the mayor that letter
You
that
did.
we got?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to remember what we were doing.
And the mayor gave us a special seal to be like, hey, we're allowed here.
Yep.
Why else were we on here? It's just... There's a bunch of soldiers came in here, didn't come out. I mean...
What about the Brackenstone? What was that? Did we throw that in the lake?
Yes, it went into the cave where the dragons are. Because that was the key to open the cave door.
So there's a stone known as the Brecken Stone, and they used that to open the cavern that these dragons were laying in.
Yeah, because there was like a big... There was a poem, wasn't there?
There was a
Yeah.
poem.
And
That,
it stores an entire person's worth of magic for other people to use.
That's part generated. Yeah, so we know that's the next main place we need to be, is to go into that cave. But probably not a good idea to go there now.
No.
Is there like, would we have to go all the way back through this cavern to go back?
yeah, but
exit.
I mean, everything's open now. So
Okay,
yeah, it would be fairly easy for you to go.
I mean, this is the only thing we needed to do on the battlefield. So I'll probably head back into town.
We know that dragons are weak to molten things, is what we've got in our notes. So
Okay.
is that like lava?
Yeah. Do you have any lava spells? Let's see what spells I have.
I don't have any lava spells. I've got fire spells. As we could maybe go to a shop and I could try and find and learn if there's a lava spell. if I could heat up the rocks hot enough to turn them into lava. Or even if we found a more powerful wizard and then made it worth them coming if they know a spell for lava.
That could be useful.
So what would you guys like to do then? That's your...
I think either way we've got to go back into the town.
Emmanuel?
Yeah, we really have to go back into town first. The dragons breathed poison, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was the thing. Okay.
One of the dragons did.
Okay. I'm right
What about
there.
the other dragon? They were under a waterfall, weren't they? The dragons?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a big cave under a waterfall. We had this Brecken stone, which was like magic stone.
Yeah.
Sent telepathic messages to people. And then there was that poem, and it was like talking about the waterfall. So we took the stone over there, and then one of us, the stone like flew out of our hands, then into the bottom of the pool, and then it opened a cave in the bottom of the pool.
Mm.
But none of the water escaped.
No, so like a hole will open, but the water doesn't go down it.
Yeah.
But you need a 30-foot rope to get into the cave.
Yeah.
Right now you're in this tomb.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking first step is getting out of this tomb,
Yeah.
isn't it? We just start making our way out.
Okay. You make your way out of the tomb,
Mm-hmm.
and you make your way back to the battlefield. And you see a familiar... Well, you see an interesting sort of face in the distance. And
Where
as
are
you
they?
get closer...
Where are we here? We're just
You-
somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'll put you on the map.
Yeah.
You find a fisherman-looking man wrestling a goblin. So you see this man just absolutely just going ham and going to
I'm
town
grappling this guy.
on a goblin.
Okay, so we've just come out and we've seen this. Is there any other goblins, or is it just
No,
this
just
one?
a single one. 'Cause
You just-
obviously the fighting had stopped at
Yeah.
the point, but there were stragglers here and there. And clearly there was a man who was not happy at these goblins being here.
Is it like he's beating up a dead body, or is it like an actual guy? Okay.
He's barely alive. This goblin is just taking a beating right now from... He's grappled and just punching him as hard as he can. You can see there's clearly rage there.
I think I'll let him finish what he's
I'm not getting in the way of that.
I'm supposed to be like very religious, but like the goblin's obviously not a good thing.
No, and I
So-
feel like you can see that there's so much rage in the guy that's beating the goblin up. If we were to step in, that rage would probably just be taken out on us.
Yeah.
Lobster, what would you like to do?
Full bloodlust fighting this goblin.
Full bloodlust. Well, for the first time, we'll do our first roll. So why don't we roll strength for me?
It's D20 for strength.
Standard D20.
That's 6.
Plus 3 is 9.
Okay, 9. You're punching this goblin and you end up knocking the goblin out. It doesn't kill him, but the goblin is just lying there on the floor, knocked out.
I make my way over and go, "Greetings, friend. What brings you out over here?"
I'm still beating this goblin up. Can't hear him.
I imagine he's just like
He's totally covered, yeah.
Just-
Yeah, he over the sound of just beating this goblin and just in his bloodlust, he can't hear anything around him. So yeah, you have a choice to make. Do you let him just keep going to town on this basically dead goblin now, or do you stop him?
I think what I can do.
Oh, a camera stopped. I was wondering why. Like what? There
Can I just use thaumaturgy and just make ground tremor a bit? It says harmless tremors for a minute.
Yep.
Just like to distract him.
That's a cantrip for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go ahead and cast Thaumaturgy,
Hmm.
and the ground starts to shake, and that kind of throws you off of your bloodlust a little
Yeah.
bit. It'll kind of just make you stop for a second.
I turn and look up, angrily shout, why are you getting in the way of me and my kill?
Just say, don't mean to get in your. Like, very much like that. I'm not trying to step in here, but he's clearly you've beaten this goblin already.
Well, you haven't been through what I've been through with these goblins. I've been fighting this battle for years.
So, oh, were you part of this battle then?
No, I've not been part of this battle. I'm on my own personal journey with these goblins. They wronged me before. They ruined my home. And now I'm.
Yeah.
Your thaumaturgy is pretty good.
Yeah. How big is he? Like a big guy? I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 6'6".
Okay.
He's a
Yeah,
thick
he's
boy.
taller than all of us, or except maybe you. But
No, I don't think I'm that tall.
You're not that. You're not 6'6".
But I'm calm. I'm calm.
okay.
Calmed now.
I'm
Okay.
calmed.
Say, perhaps if you accompany us back into town, I'll buy you a drink at the tavern.
Will you and your party be fighting more goblins? Because that's all I want.
Probably. Seems like it.
I will accompany you for that drink, provided that your quest aids the humans' battle against the goblins.
I'll say we've been tasked by the mayor of Hammerfell. I'll show him like the little seal we got.
Okay.
To investigate this and clean up any of the. We cleaned up some of the goblins when we came. Obviously, we missed this one.
Clearly.
So you're making your way back to town.
Yes.
I'll happily join them.
All right. So it's at this point that you make your way back into town. You have the royal seals, so the guards let you pass back into town. That goblin's dead. There you go. And so you are now in the town of Hammerfell. Hammerfell is a very small town, but there's numerous places that you can visit. It's at this point that the barbarian and the other elf decide to go embark on their own journey. So they've got a few things they have to do while they're in town.
Mm-hmm.
So you let them pass, but you three will continue on. And so you are now in the town of Hammerfell.
Okay. Who's actually here then?
So it's a fairly busy town, especially after all of these this beast. A lot of people have moved from Heimstead to Hammerfell, so it's quite busy.
Well, should we go to the tavern?
Yeah. What time of the day is it?
Yeah.
Sort of like.
So you went the day before. It's fairly early in the morning now.
Okay.
It's I would say it's about 9 a.m. So that's
Okay.
why it's so busy. Harry, I recommend having a look at the places you can visit. There's a list on that map.
Okay.
There are quite a few places that you can visit.
So we've been to the. Yeah. Was the also the place that you stole that book? They
I
went.
think so.
Yeah.
They
But I
saw-
think,
You paid her back, didn't you?
yeah, I think she likes me, that woman.
Okay. Maybe go and visit her and just say. Oh, but we'll go see the mayor first, isn't it? And say we went in the tomb. Probably best not to tell him what we actually found.
Yeah.
'Cause
We
that-
don't trust the mayor, do we?
No, because he's involved in the Druid Legionary, which are a group that just represent the Druids of the land. They're a neutral party that don't get involved in like wars and things. You say we went in the tomb. It's just a bunch of like spike traps and whatever. You get through it and there wasn't anything at the end. Just to try and be like, oh, it's empty. Don't send more people down there because they'll just die because they're incompetent. Because that body's still in there, isn't it? In that pit.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just
Is that
reading.
the body of the big woman?
Yeah. Of this evil wizard, reckon. We probably should have done something to that body. Just like
Just about
burn
just
it or
let
something.
The
Yeah.
ghost there, how can you burn it?
You tried to touch it when you were there, and your
Yeah.
hand went right through it. It was a
Okay.
ghost.
Fair. Fair enough.
Okay, so where are you going now?
Mass first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go visit
Some
Maz.
reason
Are we
I'm
going to
guessing
tell,
it's not
so
a
how
man.
much of a thing are we going to tell him? What are we going to actually say?
We'll say that we went there. There was a few traps designed to kill people in there. We
Mhm.
saw like remnants of whatever guards, whatever they're there. But we got to the end and there was nothing there, or it had already been looted or something.
Yeah.
Say it's very old.
So it's
part
very, it's
part
very
of the tunnels
dangerous
are collapsed.
in there.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah,
like
and
part
there's
of the
nothing there.
yeah. Say part of the tunnels are collapsed. Say there's nothing really. It just leads to dead ends.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there anymore.
All right.
I'll join you guys.
So you head into the mayor's sort of big. He has like it's not a castle, but it's not a house. It's like a big sort of chamber. And you walk in. The mayor is just sitting there talking to one of the druid legions that you saw.
Yeah.
So he's wearing green and he's wearing a hood. And you see them talking amongst themselves. He's at the end of this big table.
Mm-hmm.
And the table has lots of food, as it always does. Every time you've been to the mayor's, you've always seen these big feasts of just like massive amounts of food.
He's
on the
always the
table.
only person in there, isn't he?
Normally.
Hmm.
So yeah, you enter.
And the food always fresh when you come here,
Always,
isn't it?
pretty much always.
Weird.
Yeah.
Although we did check the food, didn't we, last time to see if it was poisoned, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
Did you eat with him before?
Yeah.
as you walk in, the mayor looks over at you and says, "Adventurers, I didn't expect to see you back so soon. How are you doing today?"
Someone else want to speak because I can't lie.
I would say we're quite weary from our quest where we went into the tunnels. It was very dangerous, there were lots of traps, but we didn't find anything. The tunnels were all just collapsed, and so we left, and then we found this guy
I
out on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'll greet the mayor. I'll shake his hand. Explain that I was in a rage, blinded. When they found me, I was fighting some of the goblins, but they managed to pull me off of them, and I've agreed to accompany them, provided that we can help end this goblin problem.
So go ahead, Evie. Roll persuasion.
14.
Yeah, I have a
Plus-
minus one.
You're too good.
Just
Can't lie.
Plus 2, so that's 16.
16. So you seem convincing enough, but the mayor looks over at you before talking to you, and he says, "Well, why would you be weary if you didn't find anything there?"
Because of the dangers of all the traps. We came close a few times.
Interesting.
Some of the things that we
can I
encountered.
say our two companions we came with were very tired and have gone to rest.
Yeah.
That's why they're not here.
We relied on your healing spells.
Interesting. Well, despite what you say, I might send a group over there just to see if everything is okay. And you, he shakes your hand. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're helping with our goblin problem. I see you've seen them firsthand.
Yes, they've been a thorn in my side for many years now.
And why is that?
It's a mighty tale. I used to live on the coast with an old man. He raised me from a young half-orc boy. The goblins, they came, must have been around the time this war started, and they plundered our little area that we lived in and killed the old man. And since then, I've not been happy with them.
Well, I'm so sorry for your loss. And the hooded figure who's standing next to the mayor also looks over and says, "I'm so sorry for your loss. I should introduce myself. My name is Asmog. I am from the Druid Legion. It's a pleasure to meet you all."
Are you adding this to the Trello?
Mm-hmm.
Getting those notes down. So the mayor looks over and says, "You guys look like you could use some food and some rest. I can set something up for you. How does that sound?"
Yeah, or should we go and join our friends in the tavern?
Frankly, I'm starving.
Very well, it's settled. He snaps his fingers, and two servants come with fresh, massive plates of food. These are massive, like plates of chicken, and he puts it in front of all of you. And
What's
says,
the-
"Please eat."
Druid's reaction to having more fresh food brought out
The druid doesn't react at all.
at all. Okay.
I'm quite naturally distrusting of the druid due to how they've treated me in the past.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to run an insight check on him.
So you're going to try and see what you can gauge from him. So go ahead and roll insight.
What number is that?
6.
And then I've got plus.
I'm proficient in insight. I should have done. Can I check?
I'm also
Okay.
proficient in insight.
Since you're all there, you can all sort of
Yeah.
gain what you can.
Plus 4, so that's 10.
10?
Does me being
16
proficient in it change anything?
Plus 6, so
So
22.
22. So Evie, from what you can tell, he's extremely stone-faced. He doesn't look like he's reacting to anything at all in any way emotionally.
Mm.
Emmanuel, you're used to people being more emotional, so you sense that as sort of something to be worried about, the
Mm.
fact that he's just not reacting to
Yeah.
anything. Are you going to do an insight check, or are you not bothered about
He's already eating.
it?
Yeah, I'm already-
Just chomping down that food. All right.
I've been fighting too much.
Yeah, I'd imagine because it's a druid, it's supposed to be one with nature. A lot of this food, if it's not being eaten, he keeps
Seems
bringing fresh stuff.
wasteful.
Seems very wasteful.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Um,
the fact he's not reacting is a bit suspicious.
yeah, Lobzor is just literally just plowing food,
Mm.
scooping it into his mouth and eating.
I'll have a modest amount. I'll have like a small plate,
Mhm.
just to be polite. but-
Artemisia?
I think I'll have a very small amount.
Yep.
Just out of politeness.
So you decide to eat out of politeness. The mayor notices that you're not eating very much, but he understands. Asmog says, you should forgive me if I'm not saying much. We at the Druid Legion are sent over to multiple cities to try and spread the good word of nature. It is my job not to judge anyone, so I don't tend to get involved with matters that are political in any way.
Just writing Jehovah's Witness for nature.
Mm.
There you go.
You all sense that he's lying
Yeah.
from that.
If he's not involved in politics, why is he with the mayor?
It's quite. There's obviously something going on.
Yeah. Can
And the fact that like, yeah, go on,
I
sorry.
think should we push him on this and ask him that, or should we just not say anything?
Yeah, I'll ask him what is your opinion, or are you doing any relief for the land outside that's been damaged in the battlefield?
He looks at you and says, "Well, that's why I'm here. There's obviously a big war going on, and the goblins are ravaging the land. This is the marker, because if he's not into anything political, he wouldn't be involved in the war, which he is. So yeah, you notice that, and he says, well, we want to make sure that the goblins do not attack again. We want to make sure we get rid of them, and we want to make sure that we can revitalize the land that is there."
Am I supposed to be like a neutral party there? I mean, it's still weird because druids would be the most likely to be like, they're still creatures who are alive, so you shouldn't kill all of them. But again, filthy goblins. So
We do think
Yeah.
filthy goblins.
Do I recognise the druid in any way as someone who I grew
You
up with?
haven't grown up with him or seen it before, but he seems like he's somewhat of a prominent figure, just from the way he is, his demeanor.
I'll ask him who he's working with to revitalize the land.
I'm working with my druid brothers and, of course, our beloved mayor.
okay.
So you've been working with
beloved man.
contractors and things within the city.
Well, specifically, the mayor will give me whatever I need at my disposal. So if I need builders, he'll give me builders. If I need soldiers, he'll give me soldiers.
And does the mayor really care about this mission to help the?
Yeah, why is the
Nature,
mayor giving?
what-
Why is the mayor giving so many
Why does
resources
the mayor
to this
care
random
about
guy?
that?
Are you asking that question to him?
No, this is
No,
just,
no.
this is just for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just ask him how he got involved.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, why did he come here and why did he specifically seek out the mayor? Why did he?
I'll
If we can
say,
try and work out why the mayor agreed to do all of this stuff, he's given him
I
a
mean,
lot of
it's still
resources.
land fairly close to his town, isn't it? So he wants it to be. like decent. Whereas whether I'm assuming he's reached out to the druids, or the druids could have been like, this is something we can capitalize on to get like inroads into the city. I'm being super skeptical.
Is this
Politically
guy
motivated
definitely a
druids.
druid? Do we know that for sure?
He looks like one, but you can't tell.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able. I mean, does he have a staff?
He's holding stuff here.
Would your insight test tell it?
I'd like to do another one because I've lived in a lot of druid communities,
Mhm.
so I feel like I know a lot of druids.
Go
But
ahead
if I've
and-
never seen him before, that's quite suspicious.
I think go ahead and roll either. Should we say history or insight, whichever one you prefer.
Do insight 'cause I'm proficient in insight.
Mhm.
Oh God.
So unfortunately, you just cannot recognize him, or is that a first natural one?
Yeah.
There we go. You can't recognize, you can't figure out whether he's been a part of any druid communities that you've been in.
Yeah.
You have no idea whether he is a druid or not. You can't tell. And Asmog is feeling a bit wary with all these questions, so he says, well, Mayor, I must go. Thank you for having me. We'll keep discussing what we were discussing tomorrow. And then he leaves out the front door.
Some information.
I'm not familiar yet, do I? That was something I was working towards.
See a lot of note taking happening.
So we want to know why he has so much influence over the king.
That was the matter, yeah.
Like the bear, is what I mean. We don't know what their history is.
Can I? If I was going to get charcoal, I'll go to the smithy, wouldn't I? That'd probably be
Potentially.
Burnwood.
Are you in good
Fire.
terms with the smithy? That's the question.
I think I've been there before, and I think I asked him about it. I'm trying to get enough materials for this find familiar ritual, so I have like something I can be like, hey, that guy's leaving, go follow him.
Yeah. Maybe Pepper can be your familiar.
I mean, it can be a bat, crab, a cat,
It can
a
be a
frog,
crab.
It's got to be a crab.
a hawk, lizard, owl.
Morin's got a hawk, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he's not familiar. He's like he's got a hawk.
It's just an actual animal.
He just has a
That he
hawk.
just caught.
No, he bought it from a lady
Oh, yeah.
for doing chores for her. It
Oh,
was so
yeah.
funny. He had to like clean animal shit and stuff for a whole night so he could get this animal because he wanted a pet really badly. It's so funny.
I could also get a hawk, and you'd just be a smarter hawk that would actually listen to me. I could get it to do stuff, but I don't think I would be.
Well, I think I might maybe go into the market. So I'm still kind of can't quite get over my distrust. And
Yeah,
I'd like to know, I felt there'd probably be some crazy conspiracy theorist shouting conspiracies about the mayor and the bad things that he's doing, how no one should trust him. So
yeah.
I might take a journey to the market and just have a little walk around and see if I can hear anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the market, and the smithy's right next to it, so I'll go as well. I'll see if I can find some charcoal, and see if I can. I want to keep an ear out, and oh, Ben's not here, isn't he? Because he has like criminal contacts
Yeah.
that could be in the city to look for that last gemstone.
Maybe if we go into a tavern, someone will recognise us as friends, being friends with him.
Yeah, I mean,
Although I feel like we could easily be tricked by them.
yeah. Yeah, I'll walk through the market, and I'll try and keep an ear out for. I'll try and make some inquiries into finding a large gemstone, because I know at higher levels, for like resurrection spells and things, need like a massive diamond.
Where are my dice?
Okay.
Oh, God. That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, I know a lot of super high level spells need like massive amounts of gemstones.
We never found the is it the sapphire?
The sapphire, yeah, it's supposedly on its way here to this town, but the ruby and the diamond we've already sent back. It's the actual sapphire. So yeah, I'll try and make some inquiries into where I can get like a massive gemstone. So it shouldn't be too weird if I'm asking for it.
Yeah. So, what is your next action?
Market.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark it and walk around and listen.
You're gonna go to the market. I'm gonna go to the inn.
You're going to the inn.
I'm gonna go to the
Okay.
inn.
Can
So-
I give you like a gold piece and be like, yeah, buy yourself a drink, we'll be there in a bit.
Okay. Get the gold piece. I
Um,
was gonna just go and ask for some work so I could get some money. I was like, you got any menial tasks I can do?
Anyone got any goblins?
Beat up some goblins.
So interestingly, and I think, well, okay, we'll start with you guys. So Evie, you're heading to the market, correct?
Investigate, yeah.
All right. So you head to the market and you see it's pretty busy. There's a town crier with a bell, so he's ringing his bell and he's calling for people to come and listen to him.
You go and listen.
I'm listening.
Okay. Are you gonna walk up to him?
Not too close because I don't want it to be obvious that I'm listening.
Well, you can see he's selling a newspaper. He says, "Come one, come all, listen. The knuckleball final is tomorrow. Come." Are you gonna buy a newspaper from him?
Yeah, I'll go and buy a newspaper and
So a
see.
newspaper costs 1 gold piece.
That's okay.
Oh, somebody really wants mine.
I can't remember how to change my money.
If you go to your inventory,
Yeah.
you should be able to.
I'm trying to add my 1 gold piece.
So I'm trying to lose one.
Yeah, if you go on
I've got
inventory
loads of
and total
gold.
currency at the top,
Yeah.
you press it. You should have like
Oh, okay.
type 1 in gold and do add.
1 gold piece.
It's not letting me do it.
Does it not let you like change the amount of?
No, it's not letting me change it.
Interesting.
It's a lot.
Is there no add or subtract button for that?
There's add and remove,
Yeah, add or remove. So you remove one.
but it's not letting me do anything.
Oh, so if you click remove, what happens?
Nothing.
Like 1 end of the gold.
I think we'll type it.
I'm here. Like 1.
Ah, there it is.
Put 1 in the middle.
Oh, doesn't let me type in there either.
Yeah, that is a refresher page. Now try. Sometimes it does that.
No.
Maybe try from the app. I don't know if it'll work in the app.
Open that up.
So is there any information like you guys specifically are looking for? Whilst they're around. Any quest information that'd be
Yeah,
useful
I
to
mean-
get our hands on, other than just trying to work out what exactly is going on with this town and the mayor being kind of shady and his kind of shady druid friend.
At the moment, there's not a huge amount of like side quests here. Essentially, it's
Yeah.
just the only major one is that beast who started in this town now. So he's talked to everyone already.
Okay.
What about all the stuff that we were doing with transmutes?
Yeah, actually, that's
Because
because
we've
there's
met a few transmutes and we've got transmute blood, and I've got a book about transmutes, but I can't remember what I wanted the book for.
So there are people who, if just from genetically, they cannot control changing into another animal. So they could be werewolves. They could be like something
Okay.
else. Who knows? Maybe you're a transmute and you'll turn into a crab. But yeah, so these people are called transmutes.
Okay.
um,
And there are a number of transmutes in Hammerfell.
There are a few
Yes.
around, just
Okay.
in general.
There's
But
that-
In general.
we found a group of bandits on the road who had one of the gems, I think. Who was the transmute? He turned into a giant snake.
Okay. He turned into a
So
giant snake.
yes. So
You
this
happen to be looking for a giant snake.
this main quest was us to find a beast and slay it.
Right.
From taking livestock and people and whatever. Some people say it's a serpent. Some people said it was a lion or a leopard or something. It's like it could possibly be like a transmute or a group of transmutes
Right.
who are like
Yeah.
raiding stuff. So, but they're very sensitive about being a transmute, isn't it? Because it's not like a normal thing.
a lot of transmutes are shunned from society.
Yeah. So if there was one, they'd be very wouldn't openly admit there were.
Right. So have you managed to take money off of?
I've only just managed
Oh,
down
nice.
like that.
No worries.
But let's just I'll take my money off, but I have got enough money
Yeah,
to
that's
buy
fine,
at the moment.
So you pick up a newspaper and the headline instantly shocks you. It says Heimstead Knuckleball team disappeared. And it's a story about how the Knuckleball final in Heimstead is tomorrow.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the main team that was going to play against Hammerfell had just disappeared. Nobody can hear from them or find them anywhere.
So the Hammerfell team is still here,
Yeah.
but our enemy team is gone. And what is the prize for winning the knuckleball?
Normally the prize is like a lot of money. So yeah, it's a lot of money.
What is knuckleball?
Yeah.
You guys don't know
Can
what
one,
it is?
can one of you
Would I
ask
ca-
me
would I
the-
count-
I'm guessing
No.
it's a sport.
You guys aren't really from Hammerfell.
Okay.
You are.
I
So
am from
you
Hammerfell.
know what
I know what knuckleball is.
Knuckleball
I
is
do
a
know
famous
what
sport. It's a famous sport that's played between Heimstead and Hammerfell every year. You know that it's basically it's think football but magical. Well, think rugby mixed with football, kind of magical. It's played on what you would consider like a football pitch, but it's played with a magical ball. And the ball has this magical property that whoever is holding the ball, the weight of the ball is determined by how strong the person is. The stronger the person, the harder it is for them to carry.
Okay.
And obviously, it's a brutal sport. You use spells on each other, and you try and get the ball into the enemy goal.
That's knuckleball.
Okay. So I'm thinking that's a bit strange, and immediately I'm quite suspicious of the fact that there's this new person that's come into town that's with the mayor, and it seemed to me have quite a lot of control over the mayor and what the mayor is spending money on, along with the fact that these people have now disappeared.
Along with the fact that there's a war going on, the Queen's castle was full of people who double crossed her and they were running out of money, and somehow they're trying to have a knuckleball competition in the middle of this.
So it's a yearly sort of tradition. You have to have
Yeah.
the knuckle ball. So
And is the amount of money that you win quite a lot?
yeah, it's quite a lot. But typically, it's not really money that's seen by the public or anything. It's not like going
It goes
into
into
the
the
players'
town.
pockets. It goes into the town.
Okay.
Yeah, so who decides what it gets spent on?
The Queen and the men.
Okay. So maybe that's got something to do with the fact that this druid guy's come in. Maybe we don't even know if he is druid. Maybe he knows about this money and he's involved in the other team's disappearance. Can I have a little look at? I think I'm going to look through the rest of the newspaper and just kind of investigate and see if there's anything else that comes up as suspicious to me.
Yeah, sure. So you have a read of the rest of the newspaper. It doesn't really have much else. All we know is that they were on the pitch training for this knuckleball thing, and they were left there as a team for, I want to say, 10 minutes before a few other people came back, and they were just gone. There was no sign of them anywhere. Just a ball on the floor. Nothing else.
I think I'm going to ask the town crier, what do you think about this?
Well, the town crier looks at you and goes, well, it's not obvious. It's obviously the beast that has been slaying the farmlands. It's obviously gone and done something. The knuckleball field that they were training at is a little far out from the city of Heimstead. So, if you ask me, they shouldn't have been training at night because they're gone.
Yeah, that's a dumb idea.
Dripping in.
I was like, has there been any investigation into it?
The queen is on it, and she's trying to investigate as much as possible, but to no avail.
Are we not helping in the investigation?
Well, you're in Hammerfell, you're not in Heimstead, so.
Well, yeah, but surely if we were
We-
playing the team that's disappeared, surely
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
kind of
that
not
neighbouring
doing-
town. Surely we should be offering our help in the investigation.
I'm unsure as to what the mayor has done, but if you ask me, it's the beast that took them away.
So that's another possible thing we can go and do.
Mm.
Is there anything else, or is that anything else you're saying?
You see something interesting, Evie, that catches your eye.
Yeah.
There's like a little ad at the bottom. It's Amonthor's Apothecary. You've been there
Mhm.
before. And it says Amonthor's Apothecary now opening in Heimstead.
Okay.
So she's
Oh, yeah,
opening a
people
shop in
are-
Heimstead.
Yeah, people leaving Heimstead coming to Hammerfell, weren't
sorry.
they?
But she's opening a shop in Heimstead.
Mm.
That's suspicious.
She seemed friendly and good-hearted
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
went.
I like her.
I mean, we could go and offer to like help escort stuff
Yeah.
as like a
If
way
it
to
is-
get over there
yeah.
back to Heimstead. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through the market though and try and find
Yeah.
this gemstone.
Okay. What are you going to do, Lobsor?
So I was going to the tavern, wasn't I?
I will suggest that you guys try and stick together, because
Mm.
if you split up, it takes to go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll deal with the art stuff, and then you'll all meet up and go to the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're in the market?
Yeah, I'm asking if anyone has any gemstones, larger gemstones, for some spells. Yeah.
You see a crafts shop that seems
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Has a few gemstones in the sort of shop window.
Mhm.
In Hammerfell, they don't really have shops; they just have stalls.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the stall, there's kind of little gems. There's no big ones, but
Mm.
little ones. They catch your eye.
Okay. Can I make my way over and just be like, greetings, friends. Wondering if you have any larger gemstones for spellcasting.
Oh, hi. For spellcasting specifically, I don't really do spell stuff. She seems really like happy and jovial.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, I can have a look. What gems would you be looking for?"
Rubies and sapphires, mainly.
These and sapphires. Those are some very rare gems. Unfortunately,
Mm.
I don't have any of those. However, I did just hear that some of those were stolen from the Queen's castle.
Oh, I don't mean anything quite that large. Something perhaps a bit smaller.
Oh, well, I can keep an eye out and see if anybody is selling them for you, but they would cost you a pretty penny.
Yeah. Is there perhaps a contact that you get yours from, or do you get them yourself?
Typically, I have a contact in Heimstead who
Hmm.
brings me gemstones from the mines that they have there.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are typically where I get mine from.
Could you put me in contact with them, perhaps, to see if they know of anything else?
Of course, but don't be undercutting my prices.
Ah, of course not.
She's a really happy person.
Yeah,
She'd be
okay.
happy to help you. So yeah, she puts you in contact. There is a man. You don't know his name, but you know where he works.
Mm.
And she tells you exactly where he works at Heimstead.
Okay. In Heimstead,
Yeah.
okay. So, I'm assuming the gem has gone at some point. It's either come through the town at
Yep.
some point and is now somewhere else.
Yep.
So we're probably not going to be able to find that anytime soon. It might turn up later, or they might have kept it in Heimstead and only sent a few of them out to send this one out later. Because the sapphire is the most recognizable one, isn't it?
Mhm.
So,
Right.
I'm assuming that they've kept it, or they're trying to like cut it up to offload it.
Yep.
So,
Who knows?
okay. But I don't think there's much else we could do in this town.
I'm wondering if we should have a look for some more information about
The dragons.
the dragons, or finding someone that's got like a lava spell or a heat spell that could turn the rocks into lava.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we
Or
Visit-
is it just anything molten?
Is it-
So what
that's
about
the-
molten metal?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna. Where's Zeals, isn't it? There's. No. I'm going to the market. I'm gonna pop by the smithy and probably head towards. If you want to go towards Zeals and
Yeah.
see if she has any more terms about it.
Mhm.
I feel like the issue with the waterfall is getting anything molten through the water. We'd have to make it molten while we're in the cave,
Yeah.
unless there's another entrance to the cave that we haven't found.
I mean, from what I remember, there was a big, massive magic circle at the end of it that we could see like through the dark. But I know the two dragons. The only I think I could would be sneaking through instead of actually fighting them. But I'm not sure if we'd be able to do that,
No.
especially because I've got like a massive amount of armor on.
It
It makes a lot of noise when I walk. Yeah, yeah, like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do the dragons ever leave the cave?
You don't know.
I'm assuming they'd have to eat because they couldn't get through that opening that we got.
No,
used.
so there would be another opening.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they leave during the night, could we go into the cave at night?
That's a fair point. Yeah.
If we find a way to find out where the dragons are when they're not in the cave, and then we can go into the cave when they're not there.
I do know a spell that is like detect poison and disease. There you go. There's only 30 foot around me there. Okay. I can detect poisonous creatures. Okay, that's not gonna be any use.
I'm wondering if there's a way that we could tempt the dragons out of the cave. What is it that dragons what do dragons want more than anything else?
As you two are discussing, a familiar face walks back up to you. It's Lance.
Hey, nice.
So Lance, the character that's been with them the entire time. He's
Lance.
Lance, yeah.
We all hate him though.
Yeah.
Cool Lance.
He's such a loser.
He's the guy who's like, you need to come help defeat this beast, and we've been dragging him around with us.
Basically.
But
He's
we
been
all
kind
never
of
speak
sus.
to him, and none of us like him, and we just like push him in holes.
He's kind of sus about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah, but we don't like him.
Yeah. He's also a fighter, by the way.
Oh, nice. Good balance.
So yeah. Lance is there with you guys, and says, I could do with a drink after everything we've gone through.
Yeah.
But who are you?
Yeah, have I been to the smithy at this point?
No.
Right, okay. I was like, oh, I just need I've got a couple things to run my way back in town, and then we'll be heading back towards Hymestead.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. I'll just let them know that we're heading there. So, we'll probably head there tomorrow. Want to, like, do some errands, get a good night's sleep, and then go.
Yep.
Is it worth travelling? Because it's still, like, quite early morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's now it's approaching like 11 midday.
Okay. So if we've got everything done by, like, noon, and we sleep, would we travel at night? Just to see if we can, like, tempt something to jump out at us? Or...
Why do you want someone to jump out at us?
Just see if we spot any this beast that's running around, see if we can spot anything about it.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
Or is it worth just waiting until the day and travelling normally? Or just travelling, or doing what errands we're doing and going straight away and sleeping in
If
Hymestead?
we are going to go at night, Lance says, we should probably pick up some potions and make sure that we are well stocked
Yeah.
before we deal with anything.
Yeah.
How far is it from Hammerfell to Homestead?
It's about a 2-day trip.
2-day trip. Okay, oh Christ. Proper journey.
It's a proper journey.
Yeah.
It could 1 to 2 days, typically how long it takes.
It's probably not a good idea to leave at night then. It's
Okay,
going to be
yeah.
2 days. Just leave early in the morning the next day.
Okay, so say we'll grab some supplies and things, and then we'll meet in the tavern later.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go to the smithy and
Now you're gonna head
try
to
to
the
find some charcoal.
Right, so you head to the smithy that I had prepared and I forgot where I put. I put it over here. Literally cut it out because I knew you were going there. I think it is on me.
But whilst you're chatting
Sure.
to the smithy guy, I'm going for a look.
No, this is the.
The mayor's pack.
I'm
Mayor's
just saying
pack.
it.
Do you want to go into the cave one?
Oh, here it is.
Careful not to knock it.
Okay, cool.
We can take a 5-minute break if you want.
No, it's okay, because I'm just... Well, at the moment, I'm just hanging out with the inn, because I'm fairly not knowing what's going on. I'm just kind of
That's right.
gathering information about what I'm doing.
Yeah, so when I go in,
You head into the smithy. You're greeted by the same old grumpy dwarf that runs the smithy.
Wait, what language do I speak? I speak. No, I don't. Okay. I'm just gonna go up and ask him if he has any charcoal that I can buy off him.
Charcoal, I have plenty of. How much do you need?
So I've got incense. It says the components of the spell are 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Mm.
And I have incense and herbs. So maybe 5 gold pieces worth of charcoal.
He says, sure, no problem. And so he goes into his furnace and he pulls raw charcoal out.
Yeah, nice.
And he goes, here you go, and just dumps it onto the table. Black hands.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
Yeah, he gives it to you and says,
Um,
5 gold pieces.
I'll hand that straight over to him. Yeah. So, pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure with doing it with you. And you're gonna leave?
Yeah,
Or you're gonna stay?
does he have any magical weapons?
He says, I don't deal with magical weapons, unfortunately, only standard ones. So that's a shame.
Do you have an idea of where I could get some?
You'd have to speak with somebody who knows magic much better than I.
Yeah. There's
Maya
Maya in Hampshire.
Perhaps
Yeah.
somebody in Heimstead or someone else who's magical could help you there.
I think. Secret questions. I've got like 10 armor, I've got my dagger in my boot.
Mhm.
I have a spare mace that I'm not using.
Mhm.
But I was gifted that before I went, so I'll probably keep it. No, that's it, that's all I needed.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave the smithy. You're back in the town of Hammerfell. Anything else? Artemisia? Is there anything you want to do?
While you were in the oh, what's the word?
Smith.
The Smiths.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how I was thinking about in terms of molten things.
Mhm.
He could be someone that we might want to make friends with if we decide to go down the molten metal route.
Yeah.
'Cause he might know where to get scrap metal and might also have advice on making molten metal. So that's something I feel like it's worthwhile us sort of maintaining a good relationship with him. So he could be useful if that's something we think about doing.
Yeah. There's also in Heimstead, there's that half giant Maya who has seen the Brackenstone, who we took it to.
Yeah.
So she'll already is involved in what we're doing.
Mhm.
So we'll probably talk to her about it. And her being more magically inclined would probably be better for taking stuff under the water. Things like that.
Could I have a look before we leave this town just to see if there are any books about spells that could be used for making molten things? Maybe powerful heat spells.
I mean, you
Melt
definitely
things.
can. You can maybe there's a tome shop, the books and tome shop
Yeah.
that you can visit.
Yeah, the wheels. Okay.
Got number 3 on the map.
So you head to Theo's books and tomes. Do you want to lift your just yours? Yeah, there you go. So you enter and you see a very happy, smiling Zeal at the back of the corner here. So she signals to you like, "Hello, adventurers. How are you doing today?" Or adventurer.
I greet her and say it's good to see her again. Haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. How have you been? You look a bit weary.
Yeah, I say we've been out journeying in Hammerstead. Is that what it's called?
Heimstead.
Heimstead. And then is it her who's got opening a new shop?
No, it's
No.
Amant, the apothecary lady.
Yeah, I say to her I'm looking for a book. Interested in spells that can be used to make things molten, so heat spells or any lava spells.
Well, that seems interesting. You would need a very, very hot temperature to be able to melt stone or metal. So you'd need to find a spell that could do that.
Is there any way that you could, if there's a spell, and then you could amplify it?
I mean, that's something that I haven't looked into, but I can definitely find out for you. If you give me a day, I'll look into
Okay.
it. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
So I say I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. See you tomorrow, adventurer. And you will leave. You'll head back into town. It's at this point that Lance signals for all of you to go into the tavern, into the inn. And so, we are...
Before we do that,
Mhm.
last place, the apothecary.
Yep.
Which is where?
Number 5.
Right there. We're just poking saying that we've heard that you're opening the new shop in
Mm-hmm.
Heimstead.
Yep.
We're planning on travelling there probably tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want us to, or anything we could perhaps take for you in return for a commission?
Oh, that wouldn't be necessary. I mean, I'm going to be running both shops at once via teleporting, so I don't need anything taken at all. So you don't need to worry about it. But I really appreciate the offers. Yeah.
Can I ask if she's worried about? We've heard that lots of people are leaving
Heimstead.
Heimstead due to the beast. Is she not worried about? Is she not worried about where her customers are going to go?
I mean, there is a beast, so I mean, I might as well try and help the people there and sell my potions. And if they need anything, then I can be there for them. So.
Can I ask if she's done any research on the beast in preparation to move?
All I know is it's not really safe at night. I know that I won't be going out at night. But other than that, I think Heimstead is a very safe place to live. The Queen runs it very well. So I'm not too worried.
Apart from the fact that all our guards were secretly stealing from us.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah. But we know that. So we got there, and then we were like, oh, the town is like running out of money. And like, the castle's in disrepair, and like, we get there and it's like, the Queen's like, oh, bandits have been coming and stealing stuff during the night. We don't know who it is. But we found bandits on the road. We were supposed to meet up in a local tavern.
Yeah.
So we went there. It turns out it's all the guards who are just stealing stuff out of the treasury
No.
and selling it. And then we managed to fight off all the guards, save the Queen, who's this like angel being.
She's the
So-
Celestial,
Yeah.
Can we
Catholic.
sort of run a check on her, like an insight check or something, to
Well,
see? If...
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking, I don't know, could she have anything to do with the beast if she seems so unafraid of it, whereas
I
everyone
mean,
else
she must
is
be quite
scared of
powerful to have a teleport spell that she can just use at will.
She can. It costs her a lot to be able to do that. There are ingredients that are consumed
Yeah,
when she does that spell. But yeah, she's able to go straight from Hammerfell to Heimstead due to all the setup that she's done.
Okay.
And she has a shop there. Well, it's basically set up. So she can jump between it, and basically she can take any people or objects with her if she wants to.
So she could teleport us somewhere.
If you asked her, she probably could, maybe.
Does she have to have been to the place prior to teleporting?
Yeah, so she's using an advanced version of a spell called Dimension Door.
Okay.
But it's Dimension Door normally limits you to what you can see. She set up like a totem on the other side, and so it's a lot of setup required to do it. But yeah, that's what she's done.
Okay.
She's magic, so she knows her shit.
Okay.
Can we ask her about antidotes for dragon
Poisons,
poison?
Oh, I mean, antidotes is something that I specialize in. Yeah. What kind of poison was it?
Dragon?
Dragon poison. So she seems a bit shocked. Have you come across dragons?
Do we want to reveal that, or is that something that we
I mean, she's very magically strong and willing to help people.
yeah.
I would, but
Should we say that we've found it?
You'll obviously know that you've encountered dragons if you're asking about that.
yeah.
So
we
why
found
else would you be
a
asking?
I think we can't really allow to lie. But
No.
We found a cave with some dragons in, and we say we'd like to be prepared if we decide to go back to the cave.
Well, I mean, I can whip up something that will protect you at least somewhat. I can definitely make a poison resistance potion.
Mm.
Is that something you'd be looking for?
I think so.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do in the way of stopping the poison once it hits you, but I can definitely give you resistance to it.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So she says, how many of these potions do you want?
Ooh.
5?
Where were
Features.
these dragons exactly?
There are some mountains around Heimstead, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
you say we were exploring the mountains around Hampstead? We found what looked like a nest for a few of them.
Roll persuasion.
I'm not gonna say in the middle of Hampstead.
No.
What's my persuasion?
-1, I believe.
Probably. Why I ever talk to people? It's just... yeah. 14.
Okay. So it's 13.
No,
No,
it's
14.
15 down to 14.
That's fine. So I think she can't really sense whether you're lying or not.
Mm.
So she believes you because she's a very trusting human
Okay, yeah.
person. So yeah, so she says that's fine. I will make these potions for you. If you come back tomorrow, I can get you these potions.
Yep. Let's say
How many do you need?
5, 1 for each.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll cost you 15 gold pieces each.
Okay. We take them off we're on the bench.
They're not with you.
I also need some normal healing potions.
Okay. Standard ones.
Yeah, potion healing, yeah.
Okay. Well, a potion of healing will set you back 20 gold pieces.
That by 2? It's 40 gold. Okay.
Pick some up for me as well, because
Yes.
kind of broke.
I usually have like a bunch.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Are you heading to Hampstead by any chance?
We are.
Yes.
If you need a quick ride, I can definitely let you use this portal. It will cost you, however, because it's very expensive to use this portal, but I'd be happy.
Just to walk.
I'd
Yeah.
be
Ask me
happy.
how much it is anyway, just out of
Yeah, how
curiosity.
much you need to
Tell you
take
what.
a party of us?
Tell you what, since you bought so many potions, first ride is free.
Okay.
Plus, I'm sure you guys will want to figure out where this knuckleball team has gone.
True, yeah.
So
Why did she bring up the football team?
I know,
Probably
we
big
haven't
news in
mentioned
the
it.
town.
Yeah. And we said we're going over there.
It's me.
And
How's it begin? Hey,
um,
John, how's it going?
so I've got 47 gold pieces. So how much do you want to spend on these potions?
I've got like 180 gold pieces.
Ah, okay. I don't think Ben ever actually bought anything, so now he has loads of money. Rowan,
I thought because we're buying so many, we should be getting a discount.
she gave you a free teleport.
yeah, which would be a lot, I'm assuming.
That would normally cost you like.
You can actually get how much it would normally cost.
You can ask her.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, tell you what. Since you guys are good customers of mine, we'll make it a regular thing. If you ever need a teleport, it will cost you 20 per, so 20 gold pieces per pass.
Okay.
And we can only teleport to places that she's been to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now, Hammerfell and Heimstead, you've got teleportation.
You're just saving that 2-day journey.
You've unlocked fast travel.
Yeah. I mean, it's 15 each, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Forgot she was there.
Oh, hello.
Here again.
She was lying down on the rug before.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was just asleep down there.
You were right to buy these potions.
Yeah.
You're getting stacked on cash.
Yeah.
Load.
How much would it
Although
be?
I do need
It would
to,
be-
I do need to save some money to buy some more stuff about dragons and spells and stuff.
Yeah. If I buy my own one, I can do that. For 15 gold, I'll buy my own one. And if you want to get like 3, 4 more, so 60 gold.
Cool.
Okay.
To add that now.
Yeah, go ahead and add those. Are you going to add it all to your inventory, Emmanuel?
I'll add the one, was it potion of poison resistance?
Mm-hmm.
And how many potions did I just get? 4.
Yeah. Sample one, give resistance to poisons, which I think is half damage? Take that.
Resistance is half. Yeah, I think it is half damage. No, is it or is it advantage on the save? I forget. One of those two.
It's somewhere around
One of
there.
those
I'll
two.
find it.
That's fine. How much have you spent there, Evie?
60.
If you are poisoned, you get disadvantage on attack rolls and ability check.
I don't think my thing is working.
Yeah,
at all.
I think poison resistance gives you a save advantage on the save.
It's on. I know it's on Rowan's attack sheet because he's a dwarf and it's
Yeah.
resistant.
Oh, look.
I can't check it.
I can check it. Running this is a lot harder on this laptop than it is my PC. It's not the giant. There he is. Right. Yep. So it's advantage against poison saves, basically. Advantage
Okay,
for poison
cool.
saves.
Okay.
Right. Is there anything else that I can do for you then? Perhaps you take me up on this teleportation offer?
Yes, but do we want to leave now?
You don't have to leave now.
I think we.
So grab out all our companions
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
come in the evening
Mhm.
and then get into Heimstead and sleep there.
Mhm.
Give me time to do this ritual that I've been waiting to do.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
All right.
And we've been to the tombs already.
Yeah.
They don't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh, they said to wait until tomorrow, didn't they?
Yeah.
If you say wait until tomorrow, then gives you time to
Go
Zeal to look at
Yeah.
the book.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is that everything?
Yeah. We'll say we'll spend the night here, and then tomorrow we'll go and grab a trip to Heimstead.
So you're heading to the inn then?
Yes.
All right. So Lobzor, before they arrive, you go to the do you want to take your counter wherever it is? There it is. So you decide to go there on your own. You enter. You see a bunch of people around, like just laughing, having a good time.
Forgot about
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So then you walk in and you see at the bar you see a goblin serving people. So
Actually, forgot about it.
Oh
We've
god.
also been kicked out of this inn before for fighting people here.
yeah, but they don't know you.
They don't, yeah, they don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be able to contain my seething anger at this this goblin or not.
I remember because we camped out in the mayor's house the last time we came in. I was like, I forget why we camped there. I suppose like we normally would have gone to an inn. Was it cheaper or something?
You should have warned me about the goblin guy.
So you enter, and there is a goblin at the bar.
I don't know what I would do.
What do you want to do?
Right. Gonna contain myself.
Just
I'm
because you
angry.
really want to
I'm
fight.
seething at the sight of this goblin. But I will approach the bar because I do want a pint, and also I know that my newfound companions are gonna come find me here.
Yeah.
I can't really leave.
Yeah.
So I'll approach the bar, but I refuse to look at him in the eye.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Move your character. So you approach the bar. He says, "All right." He notices that you're a new face, and he says, well, "What will you be having?" You notice that you're kind of looking away. You don't want to look at him.
I just simply ask for a pint of ale.
So he.
You say fine, or you just go ale.
Ale.
He says, "Fine." He pours. He gets a pint. Pours it. So the famous ale of this land is Hobgoblin Ale. We're not sponsored, but it's just a running joke. So yeah, he hands you a pint of
Patreon.
Hobgoblin Ale.
My least favorite ale.
You say that.
He says that'll be 1 gold piece.
I push the ale back. I don't want Hobgoblin. I tell him I despise Hobgoblin ale.
He looks at you and says, "Well, that's all we have. So either take it or get lost."
You've not got anything else at the bar.
At this point, we've been in the
Not
market
in
for like
Nottingham.
an hour.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be like we're gonna get there as we sat aside.
I'm trying to think of what a good idea to do. I say, I'll tell him fine, I'll take the Hobgoblin Ale, and I give him his gold piece.
You don't have a gold piece.
I gave him
I
one.
got one
Oh,
gold
you
piece. I had a
did.
single
Yes,
gold
fair
piece.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, you did.
My single
So,
gold piece.
You have a gold piece. You hand him the gold piece. He's like, fine. He says, so I've never seen you around here. What are you doing here?
I grunt, turn around, and walk away.
He then notices that you have blood all over you, specifically goblin blood.
Yeah.
So he looks
What's
over.
he gonna do about it?
He looks at you and says, "Is that goblin blood?"
Yes.
He says,
Grunt,
He
yes.
says, "Good riddance."
What?
He just phrases.
Yeah, double take. What?
Those fucking goblins. He looks over and says, "I've always hated my kind. They have been
Okay.
awful."
I was worried
Goblins are
I was worried he's gonna be like Rowan, where he thinks he's a giant.
yeah. Rowan's Rowan's character.
Rowan's character is a dwarf. He's a barbarian.
His name is Malver the Giant. He's a dwarf.
Yeah,
He's a giant.
he was raised by giants and hates dwarves. Even though he's a
His
dwarf.
dad was a giant. And
But he's a dwarf.
but he's half dwarf, half giant. But he's a dwarf. He came out as a dwarf. So because the dwarf community kicked him out because he's half giant, he hates all dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic story. Anyway, yeah. So he looks and says, "My kind have been awful. They've been awful to me and my family, only because I chose to marry a human. So I decided to run away, and now what they decide to do is invade my land again. So he has real disdain for his.
He really hates the goblin.
He really hates the goblins.
I turn back and take a seat, and I explain to him about my story. There's, kind of confide.
You bond over your shared hatred
Of goblins, yeah.
He looks over at you and says, "Well, I'm sorry for what my kind have done, but tell you what." He goes. He feels for you, and normally this goblin's quite a grumpy guy. But yeah, he feels for you because you've got a shared hatred over goblins, and he pours you a pint for free. He goes, "On the house. Here you go," and hands you a pint.
I thank him for the extra pint.
You hear some
Quick
cheering.
joke saying, I still hate hobgoblins.
He laughs at your joke, and then you hear some cheering in the background. You hear some people at a table, and they're going, "Yes, yes, yes," and it's like they've gathered around a table. If you're interested.
I turn around and have a little look.
And you see these two people arm wrestling on the table, and you see gold on the table next to them, so you know that they're arm wrestling for money. That catches your eye.
Yeah, I do need some money. I'm pretty.
Pretty broke.
I get up and I carry my 2 pints and I'll wander over to the table, stand at the back, but just kind of looking over.
Okay. So there's a
Looking
lot
over
of people
everyone's
looking over.
Yeah.
These two
Kind of.
absolutely huge people are just like trying their hardest to like win this arm wrestle. And then one finally smashes the other guy's hand into the table, leaving a dent. And the guy's like holding his arm, and hands him the gold. And this massive guy, he's got a really scraggly beard. He looks like he's been through like hell. He's got scars all over. He looks quite old, but very, very muscular, very big. And he looks and says, "Who's next?"
I tell him I'm in. I volunteer.
He looks at you and he starts laughing. He looks at your like stature, and because you're big, but this guy is huge.
This guy's massive.
Yeah. So you're 6'6", but this guy's like 7 foot, massive. And he says, "Fine, come sit." He puts down 50 gold pieces, and he says, "You."
I laugh and say, I've spent my last gold on this on this pitiful beer.
So he starts laughing. Well, tell you what. We'll do my 50 gold versus that spear you have there.
Oh, this is my fishing spear.
Was given to you by the old man.
Given
It's all
to me
you
by
have
the old
left,
man. It's all I've
remember?
got.
Yeah.
It's only 50 gold as well.
It is all you've got.
I asked if I could arm wrestle him for a lesser amount,
He says,
but then
Mhm.
if I can I've got nothing I can offer him.
You can give him one of your pints.
I'll wrestle him for a pint for 1 gold.
"A pint for 1 gold." He starts laughing. No, we only do real bets.
Oh, I forgot.
Where are Rowan and Ben? When they in the tavern?
No, they've gone
Okay.
to do their own thing.
What else have I got in my inventory?
Malva had dwarf business to deal with.
Yeah,
He was trying
and
to
then-
find his son.
Yeah.
And Ben was trying to find the ring that he so desired.
Okay.
So they've gone to do that.
So I'm assuming that they won't come with us time stay. They'll stay here for
Yeah,
a bit.
exactly.
Can I offer him my shield and my hand axe instead of my spear?
He shrugs and
They're
says,
more valuable.
he says, shield, a hand axe. Sure, that's fine. And so he sets up. His arm is right there. What would
Ready.
you like to do?
Do I need to roll a?
You will once I tell you to, but I'm just asking if you want to do anything before you start.
I mean, I just want to psych
We're still
myself.
nowhere near this, are we?
Not yet.
Okay. I just sneaky cast bless on you to give you a buff.
I've not got any kind of powers or anything any spells or anything I can use. So it's just raw strength. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
All I got is raw strength.
Have you looked at your traits, by the way?
Let's have a look.
So if you go to features and traits,
Let's have a look.
Yeah, you should have a feat as well, shouldn't you?
you'll have feats and traits that you can do.
I can use one extra. Got second wind, action surge.
Yeah, so action surge is something you can do, which will give you 2 actions
Okay.
in your turn. So you can hit someone twice.
I can arm wrestle him twice within one turn.
Yeah, you could action surge it and do twice the amount of force as you would do like a normal one.
That's pretty good.
I assume.
Racial traits. So as because you're half orc, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have some racial traits as well. You can see in the dark. Menacing. You gain proficiency in intimidation.
Well, I guess okay then. While I'm psyching myself up, I try to be as menacing as possible.
Go ahead.
Give him a
and...
full jack up.
Is this your first roll?
Yeah, I rolled
You
something
rolled.
earlier.
Yeah, you did actually for strength.
Wait,
but
let
yeah,
me see
go
if
ahead
it's
and roll intimidation for me.
Okay.
I mean, shouldn't you have like a normal feat, isn't it? To give us all a feat as part of our backstory.
He hasn't set one up yet.
Okay.
So I will get to that at some point.
I mean, there's like an athlete which he gets a +1 to his strength, which I'm not sure. What's your actual strength number?
My actual strength number
Yeah.
is
17.
Yeah.
So you can get a +1 to be plus.
Yeah, to be +4.
4.
Yeah. The way it works is, you know your number?
Yeah.
10 is considered average. You get +0 for
Okay.
if you're on 10. For every even number above 10, you get a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
So that's how that works.
Cool. So I've got +3 on it. What do I need to use for my intimidation? What is it?
Intimidation.
Do I just have an intimidation
Yeah,
skill?
it's a part of charisma, but yeah, if you look at your long list of skills, those are all the skills in the game. They all fall under those 6 categories, and so one of the charisma skills is intimidation. You should have proficiency in that, which means you get an extra +1 for it.
It says +2.
So you're
It'd be-
+2.
It'd be 11 then.
What does it say? Does it say +1 or +2 on next to it?
It's +1.
Okay, so yeah, you'd add +1 to whatever.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just a +1.
Yeah,
So
just a
be,
blade.
just be 10 then.
Okay. Is that what you rolled? 10?
Yeah.
So you actually seem to square this guy up quite well. So he's a very intimidating person. But you managed to square up to him, which kind of leaves him in a position of not as sort of confident as he was. So you begin to arm wrestle. Go ahead and roll strength.
There's a feat on here. Let me pay.
19.
Oh,
Damn.
plus what?
+3.
So that's 22.
Two.
You guys are arm wrestling and you're really giving him a tough match here. So you're resisting as hard as you can. And this guy's a strong guy. You eventually manage to wear him out via pure endurance. And then you slam his arm down. Everyone in the tavern looks shocked. Everyone stops and quiet. There's just quiet. Nobody's beaten him in an arm wrestle before. You get the sense that you've done something kind of major. And then everyone looks at each other and starts cheering. This guy is mad.
He's not happy.
He's not happy.
How much gold did he win?
You won 50 gold.
50 gold. Nice.
So go ahead and add 50 gold to your inventory total.
Cool.
You got some money.
Nice. Give it a little celebration, but
Mhm.
nothing too much. I don't want to kind of annoy this guy any more than he is.
So a randomer puts a drink on the table for you since you won. Nobody's ever been able to beat him before, and everyone's cheering. And it's at this moment that everyone's cheering that you two enter the tavern. You see everyone cheering around Mr. Lobzor over here. So one of the guys who is around you asks you, "What's your name?"
So I tell him that I'm Lobzor Cranknuck.
Lobzor Cranknuck, and everyone starts cheering your name. Lobzor, 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 Lobzor. Yeah. So you made a name for yourself. In
Doesn't
this.
mean that you just walked in this time.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
looking
And
to
we
them.
look at each other like, what happened?
Cool.
So
Um,
what would you all like?
Can we make our way over and
Yep.
see what's happening?
Yep. So you make your way over. You see a huge crowd of people screaming lobs or lobs or lobs or and
Can I
you
neck
see
one
him
of
in the
our
middle. Yeah, you're necking a pint. See, that's where you are right now.
Okay. Is he having a rematch? Or
Not yet, but
okay.
you
I
will
just wanna
have, you will have a match.
wait
at
a
some point.
second.
You're waiting.
See what happens.
Yeah.
See if this
Artemisia,
guy
is there
challenges
anything
I
you
think I might just make a comment about how clearly you've been just as busy as we have.
But this man is very angry now, and he is not happy that you beat him. So what he does is he quickly tries to cock back his arm and goes to punch you in the face.
Whoa. That's not very cool.
Because I'm there near him.
Mhm.
See. Would I be able to just like put my shield up in the way,
You're right
or
next
just
to him.
like shove him out the way a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'll
give him
do
a
that.
nudge as he
Yeah.
throws his fist.
You nudge Lobzor just out the way, and
Yeah.
he throws his fist into midair, so he
Yeah.
kind of misses. He's had a lot to drink, so he kind of keels over and then falls off his chair. And everyone's cheering and everyone's having a blast, and it's a fun, funky time. This guy's lying on the floor, not having a good time. That is the scene.
Managed to avoid a fight. That's
He
alright.
managed to avoid a fight.
Yeah. Don't get kicked out of this bar a second time. So.
Last time Rowan was here, he sliced a goblin in half.
Oh.
Yeah. So
In front of the goblin owner?
Yeah.
Oh well, the
Who
goblin,
also hates
he all
goblins,
hates
yeah.
goblins, I suppose, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
oh, not a goblin. Sorry, it was a bandit.
Yeah,
it was a human. Sorry, no, he sliced a
Slice
human
the
in half.
person in half.
This is a rowdy bar. Let's just say that. So it's one of those. So yeah, what would you guys like to do now that you're all together?
Are we staying in this tavern, or are we gonna? go
Well, we
somewhere
need to
else?
stay because I want to go back to the shop tomorrow
Yeah,
to see if
yeah,
they
yeah.
have any books.
Okay.
Mhm.
We'll try and get a room then.
You're gonna get a room?
Yeah.
So you walk up to the goblin owner and ask for a room, and he says, "Well, that will be if you want to stay one night, that'll be 4 gold pieces each."
I can do that. Yeah.
Yep. So go ahead and
Okay.
remove 4. All of you long rest.
Before I go to sleep, I want to do my familiar ritual.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
Cool.
And
I
I
don't
think
actually have to sleep.
you don't
Yeah,
have to.
you don't.
Lobzor Cranknuck does after such an eventful day.
I have to snake.
Okay. Long rest.
So there's a button at the top of D&D Beyond that says long rest. If you hit that, it will refresh everything,
Okay.
reset your health, and do things that you would happen on long rests. And I think this is a good time to take a 5-minute break.
Cool.
So guys, we're going to be back after 5-10 minutes.
The top left, that look campfire.
We're on a break. right, we are indeed fully back. Yeah, that's awesome. We're all good. We are back. Let's go. So, after a long night's rest for some of you, some of you stayed awake reading or doing your own thing, doing rituals and stuff. You are back here at the tavern. Let me see, where are we? Here we are. You're back at the tavern.
Cool. I'm assuming Evie's already come down.
Yeah, you're all about to, yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What sort of time would you wake up would be early?
He's
Yeah.
a fisherman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early riser.
Oh no.
I'm up and down. I'm ready to go.
All right.
I come down, you see I've got like an owl perch on my shoulder now. Wasn't there. I seem immensely proud of myself.
Is it like is it a proper owl, like
Yeah.
flesh and blood owl?
Yeah.
It looks like it's flesh and blood.
I mean, like, technically it's like a spirit. That's the
Yeah.
But it is.
It looks,
is.
it's worse than a well.
Lance walks up to you and says, "What's with the owl?"
I just look at it, and it looks at me, and then it just disappears into a smoke. It's like, what owl?
Lance shakes his head and says, "Magicians, man."
Hold on.
It pops back on my other shoulder.
So you have a familiar now.
Mhm.
And you find familiar, right? Lance says, "So where do we want to go? Do we want to go back to Heimstead?"
Yes, but first I need to stop off at the bookshop.
Sure. So are we? Is that where we're all heading then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
I
go
asked you,
together.
do you need anything
No,
before we go?
I'm all set.
I will pass you a potion of healing,
Ooh, tasty.
just so you have it.
So you head to the bookshop. Pick up your tokens. There we are. To find Zeal.
It's just a regular potion of healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be 2d4 plus 2 hit plus healing.
Sure. So yeah, you go to Zeal, and Zeal's like, "Ah, yes, adventurers. What is it that you were looking for again?"
I'm looking for some books about either heat spells or any spells that can create molten materials.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not sure.
Or about a spell that can amplify, ways to amplify your spells.
Mhm.
So if I have a heat spell, I can amplify it.
Well, I did actually find something for you. There is a spell. I don't currently have it, but I know someone who does.
Okay.
There's a spell called Alchemical Fire. If you have an alchemist satchel, you get a volatile liquid, and you can throw it at a creature. And this creates a sort of, it detonates and it creates fire. And I think that you could probably use this fire to melt a metal or a stone if you throw it at it. So potentially, this spell could be quite useful.
What was it called that I need?
It's called Alchemical Fire.
I don't think I have that.
You won't.
I have to buy it.
You'll probably have to find a scroll somewhere, and then you can.
Yeah, if you find a scroll of it, and you can write it down in your spell book, and you'll have it forever.
Okay.
Whereas if anybody else uses the scroll, it's a one-use thing, and it goes away.
What's it called so I can make a note of that?
Alchemical Formula, Alchemical Fire is the official name. Now, my question is whether this spell will be in the player handbook. It won't. It's not from the regular player handbook. It's from a different one, but should still show up in D&D Beyond. Maybe it's not. It's not in there. I've got the list here.
Check 5e tools.
I'm on Fighting Tools.
What does it do again?
So you can create vials of volatile liquid, and
Okay.
if you throw these at a creature or something, it will detonate, and it will create like a sort of explosion. It's very
That could melt rock.
Mhm.
That's what we need to do. Melt the rock above the dragons. And then the molten will rain down on them.
Depends how much of a large.
Yeah, does it say
big
how
an
much area?
Yeah.
Or what's the reach of it? How tall is the cave?
The cave, you know, is like 30 foot.
Okay.
It's a hell of a throw. I could probably do it, but
Well, but could I use my mage hand to throw it? If I cast mage hand.
Your mage hand can't output like a huge amount of strength, but you could probably use it to get.
But
to
it's not
somewhere.
very heavy, is it?
No, you could probably use it to like.
Dive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of area would it melt of rock?
Yeah.
So it says So you can throw it at a creature within 30 feet of you. It has a radius of 5 foot. The detonation has a radius of 5 foot.
So that would only take out one dragon. And it's how much? It depends how much molten stuff.
Spherical radius.
So the circle is about 10 foot wide.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. Depends how big the dragons are, though.
Dragons. How big are the dragons?
You've seen them.
Yeah. How big are they?
I don't remember.
Massive.
Very
They
big.
are behemoths. They are big.
So we might have to go back to the plan of getting the dragons out of the cave.
Yeah. Or
Fighting
sneaking
them.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, fighting them may not be possible.
Yeah. Can I ask Zeal if she knows any information about what it is that dragons want the most and what you could lure a dragon with?
Well, see, dragons are interesting creatures. They're very rare nowadays because obviously their whole body is full of valuables. So their scales, their tongue, their tail, all of this stuff, their fangs are all very, very like sought after. So they've went into hiding. The only thing they want is territory and family. Those are two things that dragons sort of care about. They're very territorial, so if they have like a cave or if they have like an area that's theirs, they won't give it up at all. And if they have a family, so let's say they have children, if a dragon has children, it will do anything to protect its children or its family. So those two things dragons are known to want.
Can we make a fake dragon sound?
Yeah.
Is that a magical thing that
Cool.
you
A
can
baby
do?
dragon calling.
Yeah, or just an angry dragon calling that makes it sound like it's going to be attacking their cave.
I will
So
point
they'll come
out that
and
both
fight.
of you do know, because Evie tried to talk to the dragons
Yeah.
back when you do know that the dragons kind of weren't under their own volition, they weren't in their own control, because you heard the dragon say, "Help me."
I don't remember that.
You do now.
We should write that down.
Yeah.
So dragons are being controlled by us.
So they want help. Maybe we could help the dragons and then they'd trust us and let us.
Because there were those giant frog things as well, weren't there?
Exactly. And for both of those, the dragons and the frogs, you knew that they had a slice on their head.
Yeah.
And those are something that you spotted, so you remember that.
Someone's controlling them.
Yeah. Shall I ask if Zeal has any books about controlling creatures?
Definitely not on mind control. That's not something I have any expertise on.
Does she have
It's
any?
less magical, isn't it? It's more they did some kind of surgery to it.
Yeah.
There's those giant frogs that they're like.
Does she have? Has she heard any rumors about somebody who might be into mind control?
Well, there was of something very odd that happened in Heimstead. So this beast that has been going around slaying creatures. Some say that a lot of the animals that were killed have slices in their heads.
When they were killed.
Well,
So
they just have
So
slices
the
in
giant
their
snake
their
thing
bodies.
is killing animals and putting the slices in their head.
No, it's killed animals that have this one.
Oh.
So it might not be a bad thing. Okay.
So if
That's
it's true
just,
that the giant snake killed the Hammerball team? Is that what it's called?
Knuckleball.
Knuckleball team. Does that mean that they could have been mind controlled?
Well, their bodies haven't been found. We don't know if they're dead or
No.
not.
We need to go to the knuckleball field. Have a look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go
Yeah.
to town.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you for our help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then head over to the apothecary.
Of course. So you head to the apothecary. You'll be greeted by a happy, jovial-looking Amantha.
Maybe we should also go and try and find one of the animals that's been killed by the creature. Have a little rummage-
Investigate.
Have a little rummage through their body.
That'd be useful, yeah. What is going on here? Let's see. I appreciate medicine. I could probably, once you find it, have a look.
Open that little rummage around.
Yeah.
You did.
Hey, I did in the toads.
In the
Um,
frogs, you
yeah.
reached in and had a feel.
And then
Parts of their brain was missing.
Ah, okay. There's nothing implanted in it.
No.
But it'd have to be somebody, whoever's doing it would be somebody that knows about anatomy and
Yeah.
knows which part of the brain to remove.
Also, the way they're actually controlled, once you take parts of the brain out, you still need magic to control them.
Yeah.
So it's someone who knows magic but also knows anatomy.
Mm. Looks at me, who knows magic and knows anatomy. Yeah, and then whoever we found out as well, whoever has to control the animals has to be very strong magically because they are magic resistant animals anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably
Unless they could be using that stone, although you have to be very strong magically to use that stone.
Yeah, we found the stone and we put it away, didn't we?
Yeah.
So no one can use the stone anymore.
There could
But-
be another one.
They could
No,
have
but the
been.
stone is at the bottom of the cave.
Yeah, fair. Whoever's doing the surgery, probably just doing it knowing that it will lower the resistance of these animals, so it's easy to control them. So they might not be that strong magically.
No.
They could just be opportunists about it. Okay. Okay. We're heading to
They'll
Hampstead.
probably be
Let's go.
better at anatomy than they are at magic.
Yes. Right.
So we're gonna look for doctors and people like that.
Yeah. There's not like going to be someone who's super strong magically because they
Yeah.
wouldn't need to do all this stuff to the animals.
As you enter, you see a familiar face talking to Amenthar. You see Asmog talking to him.
Ooh, Asmog.
Do we make a lot of noise as we walk in, or can we just like wait?
Well, we've
Quietly.
already decided
you
you're
walked
really
in,
noisy
yeah.
when you walk.
Yeah.
You walked in.
I'm on my clicks every time I walk in. So
So you see them chatting about something. Amenthar waves at you as you walk in. She continues to talk to Asmog.
Does Asmog turn around?
I want to listen to what they're talking about.
can I get the owl to fly over and just perch on the desk and just look at them?
Um,
Yeah.
Asmog, being a magical person,
He's
a druid, he knows that it's a familiar. And Asmog turns to you and says, "It's not polite to spy on people's conversations." He flicks his finger, and the familiar disappears, and then reappears back on your shoulder.
I find that so rude.
I
That's
just feel
so
like
rude.
What,
I mean, like-
Asmog rude.
to
Yeah,
get, to
how
be able
dare
to,
he?
We were rude.
How dare he get my familiar and make it disappear and put it back on my shoulder? Like,
Yeah, I
Bro,
mean,
we just
like,
landed, we
but
just
to
landed a
even-
familiar next to him.
Yeah, but to even for me to hear what he's saying, I have to like communicate with my familiar, which means I go deaf and blind. So
Can you
I
just-
only hear what he says.
You should
So
just left the familiar on your shoulder. It's an owl. It's
Yeah.
super good hearing.
yeah, and it's like that's really fine.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Asmog says,
Yeah, I just like look at it, stroke it a bit, and then make it go away. But it's safe. It won't get hurt.
Did we hear a bit of their conversation as we walked into the room?
Yeah, all you heard was that Asmog was saying, "Well, thank you so much for your help, Amenthar. I'm sure we can reach an agreement someday." That's all you heard.
I don't like
Sorry, it gets a bit curious.
Asmog says, "Well, I'll be off. I will see you later," and he leaves the store.
So he has some kind of magic. Now we know whether it's true or not. Just say, we ready to go then?
Yeah.
Yeah, say hi.
Amenthar says, "Oh, hello. Right. I take it you want your free ride to Hampstead?
Take it.
Not a problem at all. Yeah, that Asmog fella's kind of a strange guy. Don't really know what he's about.
Can I be quite intrigued by this and be? Has he come in here and spoken to you before, or is this the first time you've met?
No, he comes every so often. Whenever he's in town, he comes to see me. And,
How often is he in town?
he normally comes once every few months, but recently he's been coming more and more.
And what does he usually want when he's in town?
At least I don't know what he wants from the mayor, but I see him talking to the mayor a lot. But what he wants from me is specific ingredients for some potions, bro.
That's strange.
Oh, but can I ask you to do us a favour and to make a note of the things that he asks for?
Well,
Do you know what
He
sort of
asked-
specific potion he's making if he needs these?
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I'm
ingredients?
saying. If she can
Well-
write down the weird ingredients, maybe we could work
this is
out.
the strange thing. I'm a master of potions, and I have no idea what he's trying to create with all of these ingredients.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Could it
Are
be
they very unusual ingredients that people don't tend to buy?
Yeah, not ingredients that I have, but he keeps trying to get me to buy them. So, or
Are they
get them.
ingredients that could be used in dark magic?
I'm not a very magical person. I know potions and herbs and plants. I'm not really into the magic side of things, but I'm sure Maya would help you in Hampstead if that's something.
Would
you're
you be able to let us give us a list of the things that he asks for?
Of course. He told me not to tell anyone, but to be honest, I
Yeah.
don't find him very,
Mm.
very good. So she jots down a big list of
Mhm.
very strange ingredients, and she hands it to you. So you have a list of ingredients now. Artemis.
Okay. I'm gonna give her a silver coin.
Go ahead.
So,
So
thank
you
you.
give her a silver. She appreciates the silver coin and says, "Thank you. I'll really need this. Starting a new business in Heimstead is going to be a problem. It's going to be difficult, but yeah. So are you guys ready to step through to Heimstead?
Mhm.
All right. So she
Is it just 3 of us and Lance? Is Lance with us?
yeah, Lance.
Okay.
Get
So
that.
the 3 of you watch Amanthar as she closes her eyes, and then just a door that wasn't there just appears and just opens. And on the other side, it's almost like a mirror image, except you're not there, so you see the room, and it looks identical to the room you're currently in. And she says, "Well, go ahead, step through."
We just wander through.
Yep. So you wander through, and you're here in what seems to be pretty much a reflection of the room that you were just in.
I'd be like,
Look around, confused.
I'd be like,
She's not with us, is she?
Alright.
She's staying
No,
with us.
she came with you.
Okay, she's came through as well.
Yeah.
I was just where are we?
You're in the magical city of Heimstead. Enjoy.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
We head out the door.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome to the city of Heimstead. Remove all the pieces of paper. These are all Hammerfell stuff. Now we're in Heimstead, so we're doing Heimstead stuff. Welcome to the city of Heimstead. Very busy.
Whoa, big city.
Big city. Very, very big.
Where's her business now then? Somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna guess. There we go.
Hammerfell's pathetic in comparison.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see in Heimstead.
Yeah.
So yeah, the city is always packed. However, as of late, it's been a lot less packed given all the things that have been happening. Where are we? There we are. There's people around, animals around, people kind of just going about their daily business. It's early in the morning. What would you like to do?
What do we need to do whilst we're here then?
Well, we are still looking for information about dragons, but we're thinking we're not necessarily going to fight them. We're thinking we might try and help them, so we want to investigate who has been doing the mind control. So we want to look for somebody, maybe like a doctor or a physician, or even somebody who does stuff in dead bodies, like they would know anatomy.
So like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
style.
we're looking for anyone like that.
I mean, would be worth speaking to Maya first, see if she
Yeah.
knows anything, and then probably speak to the Queen.
Yeah.
If she likes us.
Oh, and we want to investigate the football team.
Yeah.
Maybe speak to their families.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to do.
And then a lot of things to get on. That's all stuff we can do in town. And when we head out of town, I think we head towards this knuckleball pitch.
Yeah.
Knuckleball pitch.
We need to have a look around and look at them.
Okay, so I'm just going to sort the maps for this section.
And I'm looking for this random thing still, aren't I? Scroll for something.
Yeah. So where are you heading first?
Maya's or the Queen?
Get them eyes first.
Yeah. Maya's first then.
I feel like it's 2 missions over here. One mission is the knuckleball team, and the other mission is the mind control.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do the knuckleball team first, because that might give us clues about the mind control.
Better than if Maya needs to research stuff, we can get her started on that while we go.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got
Should we
this-
tell her about the Bracken stuff? Because she knows about the stone.
She helped you.
Yeah, she does
Yeah.
stuff helpful. This is Maya, our confidant. Just be like, hey, this is everything we know.
I think so.
Alright. So,
I mean, Rowan was saying one, wasn't he?
Rowan tried to hit on her because she's a giant, and Rowan's into that as a dwarf.
We also went and got her some jellyfish, wasn't it? Which is where he found the frogs.
Yeah.
That's correct. Right, so you're gonna head to Maya's?
Yes.
Alright, so you enter Maya's workshop, and before you see this absolute behemoth of a woman. Everything in Maya's workshop is bigger, so to accommodate for the fact that she's a giant. She's like 8 or 9 foot tall, and she's an extremely magical being. So she studies magic. She studied magic her whole life. So you enter. Obviously Maya recognizes both of you. but doesn't recognize Lobzor. And says, she says, "Adventurers, you're back. How have you been? Any luck on the Brecken front?"
You just, I take a seat and just put like my spear shield down. Yeah, it's a long story.
So you're gonna reveal to her the events that the
Yes.
2 minutes. So she looks at you, and there's light music playing in the background. You suspect it's from a magical source, given that she's a wizard. But then the music stops, and she looks at you and says, "What you're dealing with here is extremely powerful magic. The things that you have seen, things like bringing people back from the dead, is not stuff that should be able to be done. However, it has been said in legend that it is somehow possible." And then something kind of clicks in her mind, and she says, "Well, the stone. That would be why Brecken wanted the stone. She must have put her soul into the stone such that one day she'll be able to return. That must be why that stone is important. Where is the stone now?"
It's in the bottom of Gral'nor Falls.
How did it get in there?
It just flew in.
Oh, it flew in on its own.
Magical objects have a tendency to want to be at rest, and clearly this object wanted to be at rest there because, well, this must have been where Brecken died thousands and thousands of years ago. Brecken was known as one of the most powerful witches who ever lived. Her magical power was basically unrivaled. It's still a mystery of how she died. We're not sure,
But people think she died in the falls.
she must have.
So what if the pool that we found her ghost in is somehow connected to the waterfall, and then if we go back to the pool,
But isn't Heimstead south of Hammerfell? Right.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's like way far away to be connected to this.
yeah,
But she says, "Whatever you're messing with here, I'd be very careful, adventurers, because if it's true that Brecken is back, then we are all in trouble."
Yikes.
so is Brecken evil?
Yes.
Oh, what did they do? Mind control?
From what you're telling me, I mean, the beast could be related. It might not be related to this whole Brecken thing, but I mean, I don't know. Either way, we're all in grave danger, and we must be careful.
Can we tell her about how we found? We told her about how we found the creatures that look like they've been had surgeries and stuff done.
Mhm.
We say we found some new information that this beast has been hunting down these animals.
He thinks for a second, and she says, "Well, if the beast was hunting animals that had these cuts in the head, maybe the beast could have been the one that's been putting these cuts in the head. I don't know. I don't know how all of this is related, but there's something
I
going
mean,
on.
weren't
in
the
background
cuts quite like specifically done?
Mhm.
The beast is pretty big. I don't think it'd be able to make an incision that's that careful.
there. That is if we're dealing with a beast at all.
It could be a transmute.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it's going to be a trend.
But then is it a transmute who's also doing these cuts, or is it a transmute who knows what's happening and is trying to stop it? It could be. Do you know if Mercury's back in town? Because you told him to come here with the gems, didn't you? Because you gave them to him.
Yeah, you don't know where he is right now.
Okay.
But you could. So Mercury was a salesman they met on the way. I'm talking as Lance. So Mercury was a salesman they met on the way here. Mercury seemed like a very, very shy person. We weren't quite sure why. He actually didn't have a name until Emmanuel gave him a name, and so he's called Mercury. He's an odd fellow. Turns out he's shy because he is a transmute.
Okay.
He also had one of the gems on him, and we gave him the gem that we got off the bandit and told him to bring him here.
You just trusted this random guy.
I mean, I gave him a name. I feel connected to him.
Take this gem.
And he's like very shy, not very meek, I'll say. I don't think he'd do anything.
Well, where did you say to meet?
We told him to come and deliver the gems back to the Queen.
Okay. Well, if he was telling the truth and he didn't run off with them, then the gems should be with the queen.
Queen should have them.
Yeah. Because I mean, would have taken us like a couple days to get to Hammerfell, and we spent like a day there.
Mhm.
So by that time, we should have been here.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that mode, the music continues. Maya continues with the tinkering that she was doing on the table.
Yeah, if we ask her about, she knows of any cave systems near the Rockhold Falls. If the dragons will probably go out and hunt for food. Like feeding patterns of dragons, maybe. More information about dragons, if she can.
I can
tell
find
us.
more information
Yeah.
about dragons. I think this is a good starting point.
Yeah.
The queen actually might have something in
Sure.
her royal sort of
Yeah.
library. So
Mhm.
if you want to try there, perhaps, says Maya.
That's the next stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But should we also ask about the missing team?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll ask Maya if she knows anything about it.
Oh, that. To be honest, most people are saying that it was the beast that killed them, but I don't think that's the case.
Who
The
do you
beast
think
normally
did it?
leaves bodies.
Yeah.
We
That's
haven't
the
found
only
the
thing.
bodies of these guys, so I don't think that's related.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you find anything about this knuckleball team, then please let me know. But in the meantime, Heimstead is looking for a new knuckleball team.
I have a feeling it's going to be like this. When as soon as you further into it, I'm like, I swear we're going to have to be the team.
You're the Glee Club now.
Yeah. When's the actual match? How many
Midnight
days?
tonight.
Oh, okay.
How many players do you need on a team for knuckleball?
5.
5.
So if all of us were here, then
It's 4 of us. We got Lance.
fair. Yeah. I have to look over at Maya as we talk about this. Are you interrupting?
Maya says, unfortunately, giants are not.
She'd be too powerful. She'd be OP. She's got crazy magical power.
I think we get the queen to play.
And if the other team beat us, we'll just execute them.
Yeah.
You could just ask some random everything and join us as the knuckleball team.
Okay. So head towards the castle then.
You heading towards the castle? Okay.
Get a rope garden or something.
I've just seen the words Goblin House. I'm like, I need to stay away from that.
Where?
Go to the Goblin House.
Oh yeah.
I want to keep an eye out for like posters and things that might be put up around town about the knuckleball team.
A lot of wanted posters, a lot of missing posters. Just everywhere. People are looking for them. They're very beloved in Heimstead. The knuckleball team were. It's a common pastime in this area to go and play knuckleball. And these guys were the best in the city, so they represented the city really.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Well,
Well,
what if there were other knuckleball players from the city that wanted to be on the main knuckleball team? Could they have had something to do with the disappearance?
We could always just not be the new knuckleball team.
You don't have to. Just avoid it.
We could just not be the new knuckleball team.
Okay, so we'll go to the castle and we'll see if we can hear anything on the way.
You head to Sophrenia Castle.
Has it been fixed any, or is it
Yeah,
still-
yeah, it's been fixed since last time, and you can tell that the city's doing better. You see, if I can find the correct one. This will take me a minute. There she is. The queen is here by the altar praying. As you enter, you hear light, faint talking in the distance.
Mhm.
Obviously, the guards let you in because you
We
have the royal seal. So yeah, you enter the castle.
Do we head straight over there?
Straight for the Queen.
No.
Mhm.
We'll go straight over.
Okay. The queen looks at you and says, "Adventurers, thank you so much for what you've done. The gems have been returned."
Okay. As we're walking through the castle, do we see Mercury?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask what happened to him? If he's okay?
Oh, don't worry. Poor guy. He'd gone on a long and arduous journey. Apparently, people tried to rob him of those gems,
Okay.
but he managed to bring them back. And he told me that you gave him the gems. Thank you so much, adventurers. And then she looks and she's like, "Oh, who are you?"
Introduce myself as
Mhm.
Lobzor.
Lobsor. Well,
Yeah, and just explain that I've joined this band of merry men,
oh, well, merry men and women.
merry people,
An owl.
and owl.
Well,
Owl appears.
Good to see such a handsome fella join your ranks.
Cool.
You're looking for a new king.
Queen's flan.
So she says, did you hear about the knuckleball team incident?
Yes, that's what we're
Awful.
hoping to help investigate.
Oh, I'd really, really appreciate that. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, the knuckleball team just disappeared, and we really need a knuckleball team, one, for the tournament. We do this every year. It's really important. And two, their beloved people of the city and their families are looking for them and missing them. So any help would be greatly appreciated and well rewarded.
Do you have a replacement team already?
We don't. Everyone's too scared because of what happened to the team. They don't want that happening to them. So, I mean, would it be too much bother to ask you guys to play? Have you ever played knuckleball before?
No. I knew this would happen.
We'd be glad to.
If you're glad to.
There we go.
And then you won't cut that. Anything for you.
My queen.
She looks at you and says, well, I promise you'll be well rewarded.
I just like,
At least one of us will be.
So yeah, she says thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
We don't have a full team though, there's only 3 of us.
yeah.
And Lance.
Three and Lance.
Should we? Can we ask her if she knows anyone else who'd be interested
Yeah.
in joining us?
Well, tell you what, I'll ask around and see who I can find.
Can we ask if she's got any kind of intel on what the higher people in the town are saying about what, like, kind of what's being speculated about what's happened to their team?
Obviously, the main news is because the beast has been going around, people attribute it to the beast. I've spoken to Maya, and Maya doesn't think the beast was involved. It's difficult to say right now, though. We have no evidence. Nobody even wants to go near the knuckleball field, so...
Has the mayor of... Is it Hammerfell? Has the mayor of Hammerfell reached out to you and asked if you can help in any way?
Yeah, of course. He sent me a letter asking if he needed any help, but to be honest, I don't want him anywhere near right now.
Do you not get on well?
We've had issues, to say the least. Yeah, she doesn't really want to divulge what issues.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you had a visit from a man... What's his name?
Asmog.
Asmog. A druid.
A druid? No, we don't typically get druids around here.
No one from the Druid's Legion. As that is the no one from the Druid's Legion.
They don't typically come here.
Why would they go to the other town and not this one if this is the biggest city? It's got more... If he's saying he's going around to influence and spread
Yeah,
the word, why would he not spread the word in the bigger city?
but because of the beast, people are leaving this city and going there.
Yeah.
So while it's developing more, it probably has. But again, being super skeptical, if he's there to gain something, he probably has a better chance in that town which is growing rather than this one which is losing people. Especially if like the knuckleball team don't turn up, it's just another thing that's bad about this place, and it keeps piling up. People are just not gonna want to.
What if he's forcing people into the Hammerfell by he's scaring people out of this town so that he can gain control of Hammerfell? Because what if the mayor of Hammerfell's being mind controlled?
That's why he's so hungry.
Could be. I'm trying to think.
I feel like when you... No, I feel like you'd have noticed a cut on his head.
Well, we haven't looked for one, have we? Maybe he's wearing a crown. Maybe we can't see it.
There's a man.
Yeah.
He's got a nice full head of hair.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, so we don't know. Maybe
one of us should seduce him, and then at night.
I could just go in and knock him out.
Hey.
Yeah, then we'll be banned from the town.
Not well. He might not know who it is. Just sneak in.
Ban round the back.
Yeah. Just bash him on the head.
And then have a look. But then what if you bash him on the head and then you find a mark? We don't know if it's you that's made the mark.
We just kill him.
Kill
Just kill him.
Just point his head explodes.
Jesus. Yeah.
Then we'll just have to then see if he's missing part of his brain.
Pieces off the floor.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
He's missing a bit. Oh no, wait, it's
Turns out he's fine.
Oops.
Oh.
Well, not anymore.
Ask where the knuckleball pitch is in relation to the town, how long it'll take to get there and back.
Yeah, of course.
Is there a knuckleball coach as well?
There was, but
There was.
He's gone too.
he's got-
Will we be playing the tournament on the knuckleball field that they disappeared from?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have another one. But I do promise it'll be well guarded.
Okay.
during the time.
Do you want to get there and see if there's any signs of?
Oh,
Yeah.
and while you're here, so there have been a few disappearances that I think might interest you,
Other than the knuckleball team.
other than the Knuckleball team,
What, in the last like week or so?
in the last few hours or so.
Hours?
So, a few people have come to me complaining that their pets have gone missing.
Oh no.
So animals have been disappearing.
Owl disappears again.
Yeah. So the people's pets have been missing, and maybe this is related. But poor Alfreda, she came to me and said a lot of her farm animals have gone.
Oh,
So
dear.
perhaps you could check out Alfreda's farm
Someone's
as
making
well.
a whole army of mind control
I need
animals.
to go to Alfreda's farm.
So if you could check out Alfreda's farm at some point, that would be really useful.
Okay.
This is going to be bad when we finally find all of these animals.
This is a bunch of micro animals, dragons we need to find, and the knuckleball team will probably look into control.
Okay.
What knuckleball team?
What's the time of the day?
Right now it is about 10 a.m.
Okay. So we have like a full day, a full 12 hours, and then some to go to the knuckleball pitch. See if there's any signs there. Where's Alfreda's farm in comparison to there? Is it on the same way?
She was gonna say so she hands you a map. Do you want to lift your tokens?
It's not slight.
Right. So when it comes to Homestead, there are a few exits and entrances. The main entrance is here.
Mhm.
If
So
you
the-
if you head down here,
Mhm.
that will take you. One way will take you to Alfreda's farm. One way will take you to the Knuckleball field. So if you follow down here, you'll go to Alfreda's farm. Another way to the Knuckleball field is through the falls. If you follow down this way, if you follow the river, you'll go to the Knuckleball field. So those kind of they're on this
The
side.
dragons.
Yes, in that case. Have we ever mentioned to you the dragon? I feel like many of you have been talking about
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah. I kind
Okay.
of understand where they are. I was trying to work out exactly where that.
Yeah.
What was
Just
it?
Yep.
like you're this
Down
random guy who's turned up, and we're just like, oh yeah,
Oh,
these super secret dragons in this cave.
No,
And
you've
it's
been
like,
explaining as
Okay.
you've been going along, and he's kind of been roped in.
Lob's also
Yeah.
like, cool, let's carry
Let's
on.
go.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I
we're not
like
near
him.
any goblins.
I like him, so I feel like I trust him.
There you go.
The Lob's off.
Yeah.
Apparently the queen likes him too.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I respect that you're a fisherman, as I worship the goddess of the hunt. It's kind of the same thing.
Yes.
Nothing else we need to do in town, is there?
Well, I want to ask around about the Knuckleball team, listen to rumours and what these people are whispering about. Are there any signs of anything unusual before they disappeared?
Yeah, I think we'll probably head out then. Go knuckleball pitch first, or the farm first?
Farm first?
Yeah.
Farm.
I feel like we need to know what we're looking for when we're on the Knuckleball pitch.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise we'll just be looking around like, what are we looking for?
Yeah. If the clues at the farm are similar to the clues that we find at the knuckleball field, if we find any.
Yeah, but if they're having the only thing I'm thinking of is that is if they're having the match there, then there's going to be loads of people there, and we want to get there before we've been.
I think
Yeah.
it's like 10 a.m. at the moment.
The
Yeah,
match
The
is at
game's at
midnight.
midnight.
fair. Okay, we'll have like all day. Everyone's rested and everything, so
Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go for it.
yeah,
Knuckleball.
we'll head through.
into the knuckleball field?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
we're
yeah,
into the farm.
Unless we
and
need
the
any
farm.
kind of equipment for knuckleball.
You will.
No.
Other than spells and yourselves.
Cool.
So you head into the farm.
It's just like Farmville.
I mean, if we get there early enough, we'll probably have a long rest.
It
Just like
takes
8
you about
hours
45
before.
minutes of walking, an hour of walking to get to
Okay.
Alfreda's farm.
They've probably got fresh farm food for us to eat.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, you walk along. So the second you get there, something just doesn't feel quite right.
No fresh farm food.
The farm just has this sort of eerie presence to it. You're not quite sure why. You feel foreign when you enter it. It just feels different.
I don't like it.
Have we been to this farm before?
No.
What would you like to do?
Is the owner of the farm around?
There's no one here.
Maybe should we just have a little look in the barn and see?
Yeah. eyes open.
Yeah, we just like this is like a house. That's a barn, isn't
Yep.
it? Can we just like head towards the house, maybe? Have a look
Whichever one
first?
you want.
Which one do we? Which one do you guys think?
I think go into the house and make sure that the farmer's not there.
Yeah.
If we just go rummaging around and stuff, it'll look kind of bad.
We'll try and be a bit quiet.
Yeah.
Clink, clank.
You as stealthily as you can. Clink, clank, clink, clank. You walk. You get to here. You start hearing a noise coming from here.
Is that another barn?
It's a giant barn. Yeah.
What kind of noise can we hear?
It's a rattling, kind of like the washing machine was doing earlier.
Okay. Owl appears.
Yeah.
Can I send it over into the rafters or like on top of the building,
Mhm.
and just be like, okay, just make sure I don't. Nothing happens to me for a 2nd,
Mhm.
and just like I close my eyes and I just stand still for a bit and I try and
So you're in tune with your familiar.
yeah,
Project.
You're trying to hear or see anything.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
can
at
hear and
that
see what
moment.
it sees.
Pass me that pen for me. At that moment, a giant snake
Oh no.
exits out of here. This snake is absolutely gargantuan. It is big, and the snake looks and sees you. It's got really beady, like dark eyes. Its eyes almost pierce you as you look at it. It looks you as,
Is it bigger than that other transmute we saw?
much bigger.
Okay,
It's
like twice the size.
it is big.
Okay.
So this is a big snake.
I feel like we weren't prepared for this.
Lobs also fuck.
The snake appears, and it's you start hearing it speak, and it says, "Adventurous, what are you doing here?"
I exit out of the owl.
Exit out.
The owl. I was just like, oh my eyes. I'm like, oh.
It says this in common.
Oh,
Speaking
okay.
in common.
Yeah.
So it obviously very clearly sees us. I'm just gonna like
Sounds
make sure
good.
I've got my shields ready.
Yeah, maybe I
Um,
should cast shield on myself.
Um,
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a waste to cast it now. Can we ask the
Yeah, shout over
snake
to it.
what their name is?
My name. You'll never know my name. You must die. Everyone, roll initiative. You're about to
Okay.
fight.
Oh no, what the snake?
I'm not.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Actually,
Roll.
do you have another pen?
yes.
Got your stuff out.
Go on,
You will
hit.
need your D&D beyond.
Yeah.
This is. Just need to write so I can make some notes here. Thank you. Right. What are your rolls for initiative? Make sure you add on your bonus as well. From your D&D beyond sheet. Your initiative
How
is
do you
right
work
at
out
the
your
top.
bonus?
At the right at the top says
Right at the top.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I got 3.
Okay, 3.
This is not good.
What did you get?
I've got 19.
Mine's
Yeah.
21.
So I'm assuming, unless it rolls really high initiative, that
1 second.
you should be going first.
Did you say 21?
Why do I have to roll high now? I've been rolling well.
That's good. If you roll high, you go first before it does anything.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, go for it. So, Artemisia, you're first to move. So remember, you have a move, so you can move around up to your speed. So
I
The
can
way it
move
works with
35
movement-
feet, I think.
is that each of these squares is 5 feet.
Cool.
On your character sheet, you have a speed value, and that's how many you can move every time.
30.
So that's 6 squares.
Okay, I'm gonna move back. So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's loads. I'm gonna move myself backwards a few feet.
Mhm.
Just 'cause I want to be put out of reach of the snake.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna cast Magic Missile
Okay.
at the snake.
So magic missile is a spell that doesn't miss. You hit 3 times, or however many times you. Depends on what level spell you choose to cast at.
I think I've only got it as first level.
Okay.
No, I haven't. I've got it as second.
You have it a second yet,
Yeah.
which gives it extra hits. If you read it, you'll see.
1d4 plus 1, and then it's got another plus 1. Because in level 1 it's also 1d4 plus 1, but then in level 2 it's got It says count +1 after it.
Yeah, so you fire 3 missiles.
Okay.
No, you fire 3 at the first level.
Yeah, at second
then-
level it's 4.
Yeah, exactly. You
And
get an
then,
extra
so I
cast.
fire 4 and all
Are you
of
casting
them...
at second level or first level?
Mm,
Because you have a set number of slots for each.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to think about that.
maybe I might just cast it at... first.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll do it at first.
You do it first, which means it hits 3 times. So that's 1d4 plus 1 3 times.
So do I have to roll?
Yeah.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
So d4, yeah, that's right. What's that?
So 2 plus 1, that's 3. The first hit.
3 hit.
And then you roll it 2 more times. So it's 3 instead. So 5.
I don't understand how this has worked out.
It's the one on top.
So it's 4,
Yeah, plus 1, which is fine.
5,
Yeah. And do it again.
oh, 1.
So that's 2. So you conjure these magic missiles and you fire them one after the other after stepping back a second. Phew, phew, phew. That's 3 plus 5 plus 2. So you hit it for 10 damage. Is that everything you want to do on your turn?
What else can I do in my turn?
You have bonus actions.
Which is what?
Well, you don't have any basically.
No.
So yeah, you can pass your turn if you're done.
Okay.
Manuel, your turn.
Okay. Okay, before I move, I'm gonna cast Bless at first level.
Mhm.
Stats for you two and me. Lance is here, but whatever.
Ha!
Um,
4 lamps.
Whenever you make an attack or a saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add it to whatever. So if I give you can roll that and add it to whatever.
Is that on the damage? No, that's not on the damage. That's on
No,
the
that's
attack.
an attack or
Okay.
saving throw
That's fine.
for a minute, so 10 rounds. So it's done. Oh, yeah, that's
Right.
and then so that's my action.
I'm really playing the support role.
Yeah, I think that's what I do. Okay, so it's 30 feet to there. It can probably move very fast. I cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
as my bonus action.
Yep.
Um,
Was bless your main action?
yeah.
Yeah.
Versus spiritual weapons are the only thing I can do. In my
Yeah, and your
thing.
bonus. That's fine. So spiritual weapon gives you a weapon that you can conjure.
Mhm.
You can put it anywhere on the field. So if you have a marker of some kind that you want to use within range, of course. Thank you.
I'm gonna use this stuff.
That's fine.
It's anywhere within 60 foot of me.
Yep.
So I think it's 30 foot of me.
Yep. But what weapon do you conjure?
I don't know, it's a big hammer.
Yeah, sure. So it's a
Yeah.
melee, so it has to be within melee range.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always have to be melee anyway.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stick it like next to its head.
Okay.
You'll see floating hammer there.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't attack with it this turn.
I can when I
Okay.
cast it. I can make a melee attack.
Okay, that's fine.
So that is a. What is it? It's a D.
So the way
20
attacking
plus-
works is you
yeah.
roll a d20 to see if you hit it or not.
Yep.
And then if you do hit it, then you'll do damage, whatever the damage says on the spell.
It's +6. It's best if I wisdom. 7. No. Then that one.
Oh,
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah. So you see a big hammer appear,
Mm-hmm.
like orange flames.
Yep.
Because that's and then it goes to swing and it just misses.
It misses completely. Yeah. Mhm.
And then I move just like behind the bar.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right.
That's
The
everything.
snake attempts to move.
Ah,
It
okay.
moves towards you since you were the one that disrupted it with the
I'm
owl.
too close to the
Okay.
snake.
So the snake is there. It
Um,
looks at you and says, "It's time to die," and it attempts to
If it moves-
strike at you.
I don't get attack of opportunity with the spiritual weapon, do I?
I don't think so. No.
Check.
Attempts to hit you. What's your armor class?
It is 18.
18. That just hits.
Okay.
I'm rolling for damage. Where is it? Yeah.
Snake attacking. Oh god.
Yeah.
If I get attacked, I just die instantly.
I'm being generous. I'll count that as a 0.
Okay.
That's 1 and that's 7. So you got hit for 8. The snake launches itself right at you, flings and hits you in the chest. Luckily, it hits your chest plate, but it's still the blunt impact of it hits you and forces you back slightly. You're still within the 5. You're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
within 5. Don't worry. Lobs, all your turn.
Right. So I'm at the side of it, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. If you want to do a melee attack, you have to be within 5 feet of it.
Okay. This thing's gonna be scary.
What if we lured it into... Do you think we could lure it into the barn and then set the barn on fire and burn the snake inside the barn?
In that case, so this is the barn here. Barn
Yep.
doors are open.
Yep.
I mean, I could try and rush it and grapple it into the barn.
It
But
is-
I
it
feel like
is
this thing's gonna be
rather
pretty big.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm not sure if we can tell what kind of snake it is. If it's
You
poisonous or
You can't
constrictor. I feel like you don't want to be right by it.
yeah.
Right by the middle of it, so it just crushes you.
I feel like I've got to try and distract it from you.
Hmm.
Right. I've got my spear out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use both hand spear. And I'm just I'll obviously approach it within 5 meters, but
Yep.
try and hit it in the middle
Okay.
to hopefully try and make it recoil away towards the barn
Okay.
doors.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 to see if you hit.
14 plus.
Plus whatever your attack bonus is. So.
That's for the spear.
Yeah.
That means
And your actions,
yeah,
you should have the spare.
yeah,
And
You
it should
see
be
hit
a
DC.
plus 5.
that's 5.
So that hits. So
Yeah,
go ahead and
so
roll
it's
damage.
19.
So whatever your damage is in the.
So damage.
You could have also added that to be done with it.
Okay.
I could have also
Um,
added that.
1d6 plus 3.
Make sure you get.
So 6.
Okay,
Six.
I need to do
Six,
a.
okay. Oh wait, if it's with 2 hands, is that the? Is 2 hands the bottom?
The D8, yeah.
It's the D. Okay, I'm
I need to do a
sorry.
Constitution saving throw to see if I keep less up.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's the D8.
What'd you roll?
8, that's 10. So
Okay,
that's
that's
fine.
What was your roll?
That's a 9.
9. You attempt to jab it in the middle. Try and force it to go into the barn a little bit. You hit it, and green blood spills out of it when you hit it with the spear. You damage it a little bit. It kind of moves closer towards it, and it actually gets bounced outside of your melee range.
Okay.
Now, everyone has what's called a reaction. So if you go to your reactions,
On your actions.
go
there
to
should be a-
actions and then reaction.
Yeah.
There's you should see what's called an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So everyone gets this. An opportunity attack is basically when something goes outside of your melee range, when they were in your melee range,
Yeah.
you get a free melee attack on it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So try and hit it again.
Yep.
5.
5, yeah, plus whatever, 5, 10, that
You
misses.
can also add this.
What do I need to hit?
You don't know.
I don't
You
know.
don't know.
You
You don't
might
know.
as well roll it just to say.
Just to see.
You get to keep that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I get to keep it. What's I see then? 3.
13.
13 plus. Oh, it was
It's
just
just
13.
13.
That misses.
Okay.
Misses.
You have to keep that until I mess up the spell.
Alright,
Okay.
Artemisia, it's your turn.
Could I do, maybe? I'm thinking, what if we try and trap the snake inside like a ring of fire?
Mhm.
What if we Does anyone have anything we could maybe pour on the ground? Sorry. To like go around the snake to trap it, or to create a barrier between us and the snake? I think.
Or have you got anything that you could try and use to keep forcing the snake into this barn?
That's what I'm thinking about. Of using fire to force it back. But I was thinking,
We
could we
do
create?
have those hero points that we got earlier as well. Just adding a d6 to any roll. Is that damage?
You
as
don't
well?
have them. They
No, that's fine.
I have to keep that there. Keep that there so I remember to use them.
I've also got sleep. Does that only work in humans?
No, but it needs to be
It's-
you need to roll higher than their health.
Oh.
And because it's a big thing, I'm assuming you'll have a lot of health.
We've got it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe should I use, or should I try and damage it some more?
Damaging you would probably be best.
Okay.
Or
might-
you can try and get it away from melee range as well.
I might aim for the front of it to hopefully push it back. And then I'm thinking, yeah. Yeah, I might go for a level 2.
Your bless is still up, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A level 2 magic missile.
Okay. Whatever you want.
So do I roll this one every time I roll this one? Or do I just roll this one 3 times and then roll this one a 4th time?
Yeah, you roll it 4 times.
So it's not rolling it to this one every time I
No,
roll?
yeah, it's you get an extra hit.
Okay.
Basically. So it's 1d4 plus 1 4
1.
times. You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2.
3.
So that's 4.
No, it's
That's-
2 plus 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just tell me the one after the plus 1.
That was a 3.
Okay.
Plus one.
That's 1.
Four.
I'm confused.
Well,
Do the
what-
maths. Do the maths.
I'm confused. You want me to do the maths?
Yeah, do the maths.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not very good, is it?
2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, so that's 11. Yeah, that's not bad. So you decide to conjure a much more powerful magic missile. You go shoom, 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 striking it directly in the middle 4 times, pushing it further and further into the barn.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
is it kind of like
it's
hurled
kind of
like that?
yeah, exactly. I can't really do that with the
Yeah,
without
yeah.
breaking it, but yeah. So that's outside of your melee range now.
Cool.
Come on.
Wait, do you want?
Do you actually have something that you could use?
I have like a phone charger cable.
That works.
Perfect.
That's actually perfect.
Big
Yeah.
snake.
Snake. Alright, so the snake,
Which you can.
it's
unravel
now
it
getting
there.
pushed in.
Yeah,
Yes, you can unravel it slightly, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
a bit
kind of
longer.
in and
I don't know how tangled this is.
That's
I'm
more
assuming
than-
that's how long
yeah,
it
that's-
is.
Longer than it needs
There
to
you
be.
go.
Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
It's like that.
So you kind of push it into this barn here. It just gets pushed outside of your melee range.
So do I get an attack?
Yep.
Okay.
Melee attack. You got mace, haven't you?
Yes,
Equipped?
I've got a spear.
Spear.
That is 17 plus a bunch of stuff.
Hits.
Plus 5.
Hits.
Plus 4, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's a d6 plus 2.
Mhm.
7 damage.
Okay. Emmanuel, your turn.
Okay.
Wait, on my last go, did I roll the amount of times?
Yeah, 4 times.
But then it's 4 plus this one is the 5th one, isn't it? If it's the second level.
Second level, it's 4. The first level is 3.
Yeah, so I would roll this one 4
You
times.
didn't use your blessing, did you, as well?
And then add this
That's just
That's
to,
just to see if you hit, but magic missile always hits.
yeah. So that wouldn't affect.
So
me.
on normal attacks, you roll a d20 to see if you hit, and if
Yeah.
you hit over their armor class, then it counts as a hit, and then you do damage.
one. Okay.
On magic missiles, special because it always hits.
Okay.
Regardless. It doesn't need to do that check.
Is my spiritual weapon still now back in range?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna try and hit it again with that.
With the spiritual weapon.
Yes, that's
Okay.
part of that's my bonus action.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a 16 plus 6, so 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then it's a d8, which is no, that one. 6 damage. Okay, and
Okay.
then my actual action. I'm going to. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm gonna try inflict wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
So I just touch it,
Mhm.
the snake, It's right in front of me.
Yep.
And then I don't need to roll to hit, but it does 4d10 damage. So,
Go ahead and roll.
So 9 plus 7 plus 3 plus what we count the 0 as?
0 since I counted the 0 as
0.
It's technically a D9, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So is it 9 plus 7 plus that's 19?
Cool.
You place your hand on the snake. All right.
It
And
does
you
necrotic.
cast inflict wounds. Incredible. You see the snake writhing in pain as these wounds start to appear on its skin. However, as you touch the snake, you can feel poison going through your veins.
Oof.
If only we'd just spent like 100 gold on some poison potion.
Which we didn't use.
You are now poisoned.
Okay.
Isn't the potion like an antidote?
No, it's a resistance.
Oh.
You need to use it beforehand.
Cool. Now I am poisoned.
Well, I'm going to use my poison resistance potion on myself.
Fair.
Touching it means that you will definitely
Can you
get
not like
Why?
suck the poison out and spit it out?
I don't know.
Oh,
My
cook
ring
some
of
pea
my
on it.
ring of spell my ring of spell storage. I wrote down what spells it has in it, but I can't see it on here.
Oh,
You should be able to notice it.
I'll look. Give me a moment. What, do you think you have a useful one?
I know I have magic missile. I have sleep in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure out what else is in there.
Alright, well, let's find out, shall we? Emmanuel Vesta. Where is it
in my
written?
inventory?
In your inventory.
Oh, my attuned items. Or whatever.
It's just loading. Inventory. Right, Ring of Spell Storage. You have, God. Is it on that, or is it somewhere else?
It's written in this ring of spell storage. Can you come around and look?
Yeah, sure. Not written. Yeah. Like on the spell storage. Just brings this up. Oh, here we go.
Click.
Magic missile, sleep, healing word, bless, and cure wounds.
Cool. Okay.
Alright. What else would you like to do?
I think if I move out, it's going to get an attack, isn't it? So
Mhm.
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. At this moment, it tries to wriggle out of the barn, and it goes again, turns around, and tries to attack you.
Okay. Right.
Its body is still in the barn, but it's like it's like that. Exactly. And yeah, it moves to attack you. What's your armor class?
18.
That hits.
Oh god. He's going for the kill.
You've been getting very lucky with these rolls. So it's 1, 2, and 4, so that's 7.
Cool.
The
Still
snake once
above
again.
half health. He goes
Yeah.
again.
The snake attempts to attack you. Once again, it hits your chest plate, but does inflict some damage on you with this. You are poisoned though, so you have disadvantage on rolls.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next is Lobzor to move.
Need to try and get this thing away from you.
Why don't you try and throw some dirt in its eyes?
Throw some dirt in its eyes. Like, well, in its eye. The other one is going to be like too far away.
Yeah.
But the other could be like two
I
sides of
can-
its head.
Cure myself of the poison. I have a spell. It'll be my last second level spell. I can do it.
Yeah, I'm going to rush up to it. I'm going to try that. I'm going to rush up to its head.
Mhm.
Up here. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I've got enough
You're in
space
melee
for
range.
that. Got my spear. Can I target its eye?
You want to target its eye?
If I can
Okay.
do that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Wait, let me wait before you do. Let me do my Constitution saving throw to see if you still have bless. That's a 6.
I'm
Plus,
still blessed.
so it's an 8. No.
Nah, you're not blessed anymore.
No, no,
But
no.
what was your roll?
Plus 5, 15.
Misses.
Oh,
You attempt to... Yeah, 15. Misses. So you attempt to go and target its eye, but its head is moving slightly, so
Yeah.
you just couldn't hit it directly.
Up into the air.
And your spear misses.
Shit.
Artemisia, your turn to move. The snake is
Do I-
weakened
Do I
now.
not get anything after If I miss, do I not get like a bonus move? Or
You
anything like that?
so
Or am I, like off balance.
a lot of so you have a trait that might let you move twice. Some people
Action
do.
surge.
Um,
You have second wind, which is when you get to 0 health points, you gain
Yeah.
another 10 back. You have your action surge, which is I think it's a bonus action to do, which means you have 2 regular actions in your turn, which means you should attack twice.
Do you think it's worth trying to attack a second time?
thing is, you only get one of those per short rest, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You can use it once and then it's.
So it's up to you.
Nah.
Save it for something.
Yeah, save it for something.
Okay. Artemisia, your
I
turn.
really need it.
Can I cast cantrips and spells? And
Yeah,
then go-
cantrips are free.
Okay.
Oh no, you can't cast them as well as another spell.
Okay.
No, it's
so I
not.
can only cast one.
Yeah.
I need to protect both of you guys because you guys are really close.
The
to
snake
me.
is looking visibly weakened.
So I make him sleep. Okay, I might cast sleep. Second level sleep. What's the difference between first and second?
So
How many dice roll?
yeah.
They look exactly the same one, don't they?
At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, roll an additional 2d8 for each spell slot above first.
Right, so I roll.
Right, so the way sleep works is you pick a point, and every creature within 20 feet of that point get affected by the sleep.
You're gonna knock us all. You're gonna knock all three. Wait, are you
Wait,
within 20 feet?
Yeah,
yourself?
you gotta work that out. What point do you want to?
Anywhere within 90 feet, you can have it like back here. So it's like
Or you can like
20
target
feet.
its tail.
Yeah.
Can
you
that
want.
still knock it out?
Yeah, it still hits the creature.
So I
Um,
can move 35 feet, can't I?
Yeah, you got speed to 35. That's right. But no, the spell has a range of 90 feet, so you could cast it like really far if you wanted to.
So you can move like back here, cast it like over there somewhere. Because the spiritual weapon doesn't matter. They won't fall asleep because it's not a real thing.
Yeah, I've got loads of that'll go really far. Okay, so I'm gonna cast second level sleep.
Okay.
We should be out of range of his tail.
Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to roll 5d8.
It's second level.
Oh, so are you casting at second level?
Yeah.
So you get to roll 6d8.
7.
7d8. Is it what? Really?
When you cast a spell using a spell for second or higher, roll an additional 2d8 for each slot.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. 7d8s. That's
So I
right.
roll this dice 7 times.
Yeah. Oh, I'll keep total.
2,
Mhm.
4.
Mhm.
We'll make some more room. 7,
Mhm.
2.
Mhm.
I'm trying. 3, 8.
That's a nice one to end it. So what is that? 2, 4. That's 6. Plus 7, 13, 15, 18, 26.
How many times have you rolled it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got one more roll.
Please. 4.
See, 30.
Even 30.
Even 30. So
It has more than 30 health, it won't fall asleep.
a
If it has less
creature's
than 30 health, it won't fall asleep.
you. So where are you casting it? Yeah, on where? So it on the when you hit it, it targets creatures within 20-foot range of where it hit.
So I want it to be, so it's 5, 10,
Yes,
15,
yes,
20. Yes, I'm targeting it.
Okay. You hit its tail. Now, luckily, the creature is less than 30, so the creature begins to get lulled into a small sleep and is currently unconscious.
Do we know how long it'll be unconscious for?
Slapping it or something will wake it up. It is unconscious. Hold on.
Any melee attacks against it will be crits.
Okay.
So you could just
you
hit
have,
it.
and you
with-
have advantage.
So you could just hit it with a sword and it will kill it.
No, you
Wait,
double
you do
the
a
amount.
lot-
You'd roll
lot
the
more
dice
damage.
and you double the number on the dice. So do extra damage. You wouldn't instantly kill it.
Yep.
Do we think that this thing is a transmute?
I mean, it spoke, so probably.
So I've got a book about transmutes still in my inventory.
What is this like? Just read your book.
So do you want to get it very low, but then not kill it, or do you want
And
to just
then-
kill it?
Yeah.
I feel like if we get it very
It's a
low.
sleep for 1 minute.
We want to question
That's
this.
10 rounds. That's fine.
We want to question this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
are we still in initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I look in my book to
That's
see
the
if there's
end
a
of my
way to
turn.
stop a transmute
It
turning into?
depends on what she wants to do. If she has a bonus action, she
the
can do that.
animal.
She can do it.
So I'm just thinking about if we say if we like captured it and tied it up, it's pretty much impossible if it's as a snake because it's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you take it into like a house or a basement or something.
If we could make it into a person form,
Hmm.
if it is a transmute, and keep it as a person, it'd be easier to keep them hostage.
Currently, it's lying asleep. Remember, you have 1 minute, which means it's 10 rounds of combat, or obviously, if you want to go out of combat, then it would be 1 minute of.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Let's just talk. Okay.
So what should we do?
We're gonna out combat. We haven't got much
Should we
time.
just attack
I'm-
it?
Casting lesser restoration on myself to cure the poison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay in combat? Then we just
Hit it again.
It gets crit. It gets crit.
let's just
So
kill this thing.
Then that's my like second level spell, I think. Yes.
But you're
So
on
then
range, so
are
do
you
you
casting?
wanna...
Are you
Let's
casting
kill
lesser
this thing.
restoration?
on myself, yes.
Okay.
Which means I'm not poisoned.
You're not
anymore.
poisoned anymore. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yes. My spiritual weapon. If I say damage is non-lethal, it can just be non-lethal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll leave it on like 1 health.
Yeah, you can do that.
So I can move my spiritual weapon 20 feet. Or
Move the snake 20 feet.
Just bonk it on the head.
move it over, and then I try and hit it again. It's a crit.
A melee will wake it up.
I'm gonna prepare. I'll hold the action
You get okay.
until someone else hits it as well,
Okay.
so we can
Or
both
should
hit
you
it.
use your turn to move back and then but then you have
Fair,
to...
actually, no, I can move.
And then
as well.
I can hit it with a spell from a distance.
Yeah,
if
move
you
back.
move out of
Are
range.
you gonna hit it at the same time?
We'll hit it. We'll try and hit it at the same time.
I'm moving back here.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'll hold the spiritual weapon so everyone can hit it at once. Which means it should still be a snake.
Okay.
Should all get crits, hopefully.
You will. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I have no complaints there. Lobzor, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna back up as well and get ready to throw my spear at it.
Okay, you're gonna throw your spear, and Artemisia.
I might back up to...
She's been extra safe.
If I get hit, I'll die.
Yeah.
How much health have you got?
None. Like,
Like, literally nothing.
Really?
how much health do you have?
She has 18
Harry?
health.
How much spell do you have? How much spell? How much
I've
health
got
do you have?
36 health.
36. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
He has more
18.
health. I have 31. And I'm down to 16, so I still have only a little bit less health than I need.
So what's your plan? You gonna hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting
throw
ready
it.
to throw my spear.
Artemisia?
Yeah, am I attacking it with...
Mhm.
I could...
You're all critting it, so.
shall
I know, you need to be within 5 foot of it to crit on the melee.
So I
you
use a
have to be next to
fireball?
it.
Only melees will crit, by the way.
Yeah,
so
so
spells
that's
won't.
my... So
But
my
you will
spirit...
still do the
My
damage.
throwing spear isn't a melee.
No,
No,
it's a ranged
it's a
attack.
range. Yeah.
Yeah, take back my move.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Yeah.
going back in range.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, go.
we just like look at each other, we count down.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So what are the 2 melees and what's the spell that you're gonna use?
Firebolt. It's a cantrip.
Go ahead and roll your damage numbers, or if you hit first of all.
Do we oh yeah, okay. It says 20.
You got an natural 20.
No, 15 plus 5.
But it's a crit anyway, so you don't need to roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
You have, I mean, no, you could roll. You have advantage.
Yeah.
So you can roll twice. But whatever
Definitely
you
hit it.
Yeah.
Definitely hit it.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
making you roll.
unless it's like a nat one.
I'm making you roll.
That's fair.
Just trip over on the way.
That would have been a 10, but I've got advantage. I'm rolling it again.
This is why.
That's 23.
Hit.
That will hit.
Firebolt. You roll a d20 to see if you hit. What did you roll?
You get to roll it again.
I
'cause
do.
it's, late.
It's not melee.
It's any attacks against
Oh,
it.
okay, never mind. Yeah.
You have advantage on attacks, but if you're in melee, it's
It's
crit.
crit.
Oh, 4.
Unlucky.
I'm so bad at rolling.
You
Some
have
weight
your hero points. You can add d6 to it if you want to just pump it up.
Hmm.
I still don't even think its armor class is pretty high. This thing.
Yeah.
Probably still won't.
I should have just used the magic missile instead.
Alright, so you guys have both got crits.
Okay.
So roll your damage.
3 plus.
The 3.
That's
You
3.
double the 3 because it's a crit. So it's 6
6
plus whatever.
9 in
So it's a
total.
9 damage. And then I'm doing the 8 plus 4. So I do 12 damage.
That's 12.
Yeah.
And Lobzor?
I did 9 in total.
9 in total. That is 10, 19, 11, 7, 6, 19, 12. That's enough to kill. So, both of you together, since you hit, how would you like to finish it?
The spiritual weapon just like
Smushes its
bang.
tail.
And it's like it's hitting the back of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Its tail just like.
Oh, yep. You have a hammer,
Hmm.
and it swings in midair, trying to squish the tail of the snake.
Hmm.
The snake's tail like squishes, makes a squishing noise as you can hear the bones crunch
Ugh.
inside of it.
Oh, like toothpaste, it'll
yeah.
get out of the head.
Yeah. And then like
And
it will
how
dissipate.
would you
Isn't
like
it?
Jump into its eye with a spear.
you
I
decide
thought
to
you
do
weren't
what
killing
you
it.
didn't do earlier. You grab the
We were killing
spear.
it, aren't we?
I
You're killing it now.
We're killing
You're
it.
killing it now.
You grab the spear, you jam it right into its eyeball, causing the eyeball to explode and pop, so eyeball goo goes all over you. So you have just killed the snake. What would you like to do?
Consume.
I will.
Can we take some of its scales? Because they could be useful for spells.
We'll look it over first.
They're poisonous.
Is it damaged in the head? How big is it? Does it?
Can
Can
I?
I ritual
Yeah.
detect magic? See if it's a magical being.
Yeah, I want to know if
all
it
of
can
that stuff.
transmute.
You look at it, and it has an incision across its head.
Okay.
Does it look surgical?
Looks very precise. It's quite difficult to tell because you guys did a bit of damage as well, but
We mashed
Big
him up a bit.
snake.
Big snake.
big snake.
Can I use my book about transmutes to try and work out this is a transmute or just a really big snake?
You read through
Or just a
your,
really big snake.
you read through your transmute book, and it said that when transmutes die, they return to their original form. So
So it's
human
not a
form.
transmute.
So the fact that this didn't means that it's not a transmute.
Just a really big snake.
Big snake that can talk. Common.
Yeah.
Or could.
Unless, what if the voice that was talking is the person controlling the snake?
Ooh, could be.
Was the voice male or female?
Male, from what you could tell, but it's
So-
quite difficult to tell.
Like a snaky voice.
It's a snake.
It could just be a man with a lisp. We're
Yep.
looking for a doctor, a male doctor with a lisp.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
That really narrows it
I
down.
sit, I sit for 10 minutes. I do the ritual detect magic. Anything come up?
Mhm.
Did anything come up?
You detect magic, and you sense a bit of magic fading, coming from its head area.
Okay. So it was magically controlled.
Yeah.
Can anyone remember if any of the other animals we fought before spoke? Or was this the only
No,
one
this is
that
the only
spoke?
one. Yeah. The dragons spoke when you tried to speak to them, or like help,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing.
And this one is speaking in common, so it's probably a person.
Hmm.
I think it could be the person controlling the snake
Yeah.
that spoke.
Speaking through it. Could be.
So,
It is just a big snake.
what would you like to do?
I think we need to hide it somehow so that
Hide it.
Can we look around for that farmer that was supposed to be here? If
Mhm.
they're still
Yeah.
here.
So where are you looking?
House,
buildings?
other barn where it was originally.
Okay. So you head into the barn.
Hmm.
The barn is quite creaky. It's very old, but it looks like someone was here recently and lived here. So they must have left in a rush because they have some of their items just brought across. What you do notice, however, is that there's like a chest just there.
Ooh.
Crack it open. Please say.
You attempt to open it, but it's locked.
pick
Have
it.
a look rummage through the stuff that's been strewn about and see if there's anything in there, like a key or any other item.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Ooh. How do I do that? 20. I think I've got.
Where's Ben?
I
We
think
need
I'm
to get into the
proficient in
chest.
investigation.
Oh, really?
Anyone have good sleight of hand that can open the chest?
I've got +2.
Better than me.
Oh no, I'm not. Or am.
I've got +5 investigation, so I could look for a key.
Maybe you should.
I plus 0.
Shall I look around for a key?
And any other good items there as well. Like a potion.
Book about being a giant snake.
Big snake. That's become a big snake.
14 plus 5 is 19.
Oh, super investigation.
You look around and you there are some papers and things, just random stuff around, but you actually do manage to find what looks like a key.
Nice.
Well, can I try out and see if it fits the chest?
It does indeed fit the chest. You enter it, you unlock it, and the chest opens, and you see some files. You see some like pieces of paper.
Ooh.
What language are they written in?
Are you gonna read them?
I'll try to.
That's the question. Right. So you see, it's some kind of coded sort of message. It's a bit weird. You can't quite work it out. However, maybe you can. So it reads.
Is it handwritten?
It is indeed handwritten.
Is it a code or is it an actual language? Because I've got comprehend languages as a ritual.
You'll see in a second.
Okay.
What normal people just write things in code just for fun
Children?
and then lock them away? Although
It's-
if I did live in a fantasy world, maybe I would too.
Yeah, people have magic. You can determine anything you write down.
This is what you find on the sheet of paper.
Oh, it's got. Oh, lucky they've given us a key as well. nice of them.
What's the point of writing something in code and then giving a key?
1 second, sorry.
Still being written.
There's a word here.
The ancient scrolls have been rewritten.
There you go.
Okay.
Good luck.
King James Bible be like.
While you decipher it, I'm gonna go to the toilet.
It's an anagram of spaghetti
Latin?
bolognese. Aladdin, no, yeah.
Isn't that Gral'nor?
Spaghetti bolognese. No way. That is so geeky.
You mean awesome?
Yeah, also you're on YouTube.
You're live on Twitch.tv.
You're alive. Say hi to Tay Up TV's followers.
Freaking.
Is that written in Latin? Oh, I know. Yeah, Spanish, Latin, Norwegian, German.
Nice. Okay, so Brecken.
I'm guessing it's just Brecken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
And con.
Trara is probably Spanish.
Yes, because what's that? It's like
The last one is definitely the German one.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We've decided it's Spanish, Latin, Norwegian, and German.
Okay. You do this, of course, by using comprehend
Well,
languages.
Yes.
That's of
Do I
course.
have to do anything for my ritual?
Past comprehend languages.
This be the modern comprehend language.
This is the modern comprehend language. Yeah.
Do I use a spell slot? If it's a ritual.
Are you trying to get it to decipher my handwriting? Good luck.
that was my handwriting.
Oh, fair.
He's struggling either way.
Just type it.
Yeah, that'll probably be the fastest.
I don't think it does it use a spell slot because you don't actually cast it. It's just a ritual.
Oh no, it won't use a spell slot. Comprehend languages. Oh no, yeah, no, you're good. Do you have a pinch of soot and salt?
Soot and salt. I think so. I think I collected some before. No. Well, you can, but everybody that watches this will see you speaking.
Everyone's just furiously Google translating. I don't think they'll be able to read it. Yeah, there you go.
Have I already used? Oh, I've got a little bag of sand.
Little bag of sand.
I can make soot if I burn something, can't I?
Pocket sand.
No, you definitely did pick it up earlier, so don't worry. Add it to your inventory because you picked it up in an earlier episode.
I've got a bag of sand in my inventory.
Mhm.
You've got pocket sand.
I think do that. I think last time I might have burnt something to make the soot.
Okay, so
Maybe I'll burn a load of twigs now.
Do you have salt?
Salt.
reckon we'll find my soul on her body.
What? Is that what it says?
Reckon we'll find my soul on her body.
Does that mean he's going to mind control Bracken? But she's already dead. It's not a Ouija board.
Yeah, I reckon we'll find my soul on her body.
Was her body the weird ghost thing?
Probably.
There's a soul in that. There's a soul in that dead body. Ghost thing. Soul.
Right, Brecken will find my soul on your body.
Oh.
Yeah, by itself. We're putting it together. It's your body. I'm looking at you.
Right, so yeah, it's a nice little puzzle for you.
Is this paper that this code is written on fairly new? Not like an old manuscript, right?
It's very new.
Okay, so it's not. Brecken will find my soul.
I think this one's agree.
Okay.
So what does it say?
Brecken will find my soul on your body.
And that was in the farmer's chest.
Is there any scratch marks on the floor? Say this chest has been put here, or is it just is actually?
From what you can tell, it just sits there as
Okay.
this sort of place. You also have a little rummage around the chest, see what else is in there, and you find a potion of greater healing.
Could we take that?
Now just leave it there.
I'll add it to my thing.
Oh, you get it, do you?
As the healing guy, yes, I can. You're probably gonna end up using it. So.
Like,
Potion of greater healing. Okay.
should do it like in WoW. We'll have to roll for it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the house? Just one thing about
Yeah, you rummage around. You don't really find much in the house, no. It's pretty empty. It's a barn. Looks like whoever was here and left just took everything with them. So it also looks like it was quite messy, so they either left in a rush or somebody came here after. It's quite difficult to tell what happened.
No sign of scratching on the chest. No one's tried to break open this chest.
There is signs of scratching on the chest, yeah.
There is.
People definitely
Okay.
have tried to open that chest.
And they couldn't find the key that was like within.
Because they don't have my +5 investigation.
They didn't roll 19 on investigation.
So the house has been looted, I think.
So the farmer isn't even here.
Not that you can tell.
They're not in the barn yet. They're not in the house.
Are we still looking for clues that we want to look for in the football field?
Yeah, we'll look around the other barns, the other buildings, see if there's anything in there. Where that snake was originally, when I look in there, that big building, what are they doing in there? I see if I can spot, like, are the crops still good? Or is this, like, has the snake just, like, trampled over everything?
No, there's like no crops there.
Okay.
It's been pretty much a victim.
And all the animals have disappeared.
Yeah, there's no crops.
Because they're being mind controlled.
There's not.
Are there any like signs of animals?
There
So, like,
definitely used to
footprints
be
and-
animals here. You can see animal feed and animal feces. You can
And
see
any
like
Rank marks or anything like that? that
there
would
aren't any
indicate a
like
struggle?
indicate. There's no indication of a struggle.
Okay. Nothing in the other buildings.
Not that you can tell.
No, then.
Were the animals in the field with a gate?
They had pens.
So they shouldn't have been able to get out of the pen?
Yeah.
So someone would
Are
have
the
had them.
pens still intact or are they destroyed?
There's like fences. The fences on the pens have been destroyed, trampled. It's a mess.
Has the snake done this, or has the people who came beforehand made off with all the animals and stuff if they find the farm empty? Just to take them.
Could you get the owl to fly up and look and see if there's a herd of animals? Anyway.
Yeah, I'll get the owl to fly around a bit and see if it spots any like tracks or anything.
You have the animal fly around. Your owl.
You just see me like sit on the floor and just like that for a bit.
Hold on a second.
As the owl flies around, it flies out really far into the distance, and it's about, and it flies about like 100 feet,
Okay.
and you're able to find some bodies of just cows and pigs.
Dead
and stuff.
cows.
Is it just in like a clearing or something? Is it just
It's
like on
out
the
in the
road?
open.
Okay. Nothing around them. Gonna get the owl to fly down and look if they have any marks on them.
From what you can tell with the owl vision, there's like a bite marks that would match the snake's fangs.
Okay.
But not cuts in their head.
Okay. There's no like snake eggs or nest anyway.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Snake eggs.
So the snake has taken the animals,
Why?
eaten some of them. Put the rest of them there.
It was just a big snake.
Yeah. Can we get the owl just? There's like, is that all the animals from the farm are there?
No,
There's
only-
just a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no marks from there saying that the bodies or carcasses have been taken anywhere.
Not that you can
Okay. I was gonna have the owl set and watch over the bodies and see if anyone does anything to them.
Yeah.
Because the snake wouldn't put them there for a reason. But there's no other signs around, there's no point. I'll get the owl to come back then. It disappears and appears on my shoulder.
Yeah. That's your magic trick.
Yeah. I'm
Lance,
gonna do that a lot.
Lance turns to you after not contributing to the fight and goes, "Whoa, what a fight!"
He pokes his head out from the wall, like, just over.
Imagine if Lance actually turned out to be a really good fighter, we just never used him.
He's fought before, he's not that good. But actually turns out to be the big bad guy.
Yeah, do we know if Lance is any good at
Big bad
surgery?
Yeah, we've never actually spoken to him about his life, have we? Imagine if he's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. Yes, I'm a doctor.
He was a farmer, but there's like something was written about him. His family is dead. His dad was called Barley, but he's untrustworthy, is what we read.
He's untrustworthy.
Yeah, that's what we read.
Lance has been with you guys the entire time. How is he untrustworthy?
Because he does this. We have a fight, we're like almost dead, and he just like, oh, that was great, guys.
Good job.
To be honest, you haven't really gotten to know him.
I know, because no one cares.
No one likes him.
What sort of time of day is it now?
Now it's at 1 p.m.
Because we make him go first when we're uncertain about something.
Yeah.
We say Lance walks through the door first.
Lance walks through the door. He's got plot armor. He can't die.
I'm the only one who was damaged, wasn't I? And the long rest is 8 hours, isn't it? So if we get... Okay, I'm just going to heal myself now. And if we get to the pitch, we have 8 hours before this knuckleball match. You can sleep.
Yeah, we all know. God, in the space of one day, we fought Giant Snake and have to now compete in the final of the knuckleball competition.
Well, it's at midnight, which
We
means...
don't even know the rules of knuckleball.
Yeah, we don't even know how to play knuckleball.
We don't even have a full team.
You know how to play, we don't.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry, forgot about that.
You're an expert.
Yeah, I love knuckleball.
You were the school champion.
Yeah.
Your dad takes you to every match. Oh, did take you to every match.
Oh man.
Old man. R.I.P. Old man.
Rip.
He doesn't have an actual name, he's just old man.
He never told me his name. That's part of the backstory. He was always just referred to as Old Man.
Healed myself for 11.
Can I take some resources from the snake? 'Cause it could be useful in the future.
What would you like to take?
I don't know, scales,
Take some of
Yeah.
that poison off him.
Oh.
Yeah.
some poison.
Snag my dagger out of my boot. Just start taking
Right,
snakes.
go ahead, and I'll let you either roll nature or medicine.
Ooh, I can do medicine.
Bad at both.
I've got +5 nature.
You
Well,
you
plus
hunt
six
fish.
medicine.
Surely you'd be good at
We
nature.
both did it.
Both of us.
Yeah. Oh wait, I can give you
I may or may not
guidance,
just
which I
randomly
can do as a
chosen
counter.
Wait, scores.
What am I rolling for again? To get
And
the snake?
to get stuff from the snake.
I feel like I can just cut it off. Still want
Yeah,
it.
but
You
there's
can add that
precision.
to your roll.
There's precision in
I don't want to get the poison. That'd be hard.
that would be hard. So
Well, I've got +5, so I roll 11. That's 16, and
okay,
then
Add that,
16.
yeah.
20.
Okay.
Nice.
So you carefully remove the scales, the tongue, and the poison sac from the snake. So go ahead and add those things to
Ooh.
your inventory.
We can probably make some good antidotes for that poison as well.
What's that?
What's the status healing potion called? I've completely forgotten. It has a really weird name.
What do you mean?
The
Like,
potion of it heals conditions. So if you have a condition, it will heal.
if there's individual ones.
There is one that heals all conditions, I think,
Yes.
and I've forgotten its name completely.
It's like
Get it going.
cure ailments or something. Yeah, I'll hold up.
Dr. Bromine's
It won't
cure
let me
all.
add.
Are you not logged in again?
I am not there. It just keeps clicking. Instant item party.
Potion of vitality.
That's what
Cures
it's
any disease or poison affecting
called.
you.
That's what it's called. Potion of vitality.
That's like a very rare item.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, so I'm healed. I'm almost full. I'm alright. There's nothing else here, is there? How long to get to the knuckleball pitch?
From here.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah.
If you go from here, it'll take you about an hour.
Head straight there then?
Where are we going? Knuckleball.
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's go to the knuckleball
Investigate
field.
the knuckleball field.
Let's
Alright.
go knuckleballing.
Okay. So you head to the knuckleball fields. Let's have a look. Do you want to remove? Because I want to move this. Welcome to the knuckleball field. Oops. Right. So here is what you see. You walk onto the you walk
That's
onto
the
the
dead
pitch.
guy.
That's the ball.
Okay.
The knuckleball.
The knuckleball, exactly. So knuckleball fields are quite magical areas, and they take a lot to make. They have to house the ball, which is a magical item. The higher the wielder's strength, the heavier and harder it is to move with it. So it feels heavier the stronger you are, which is a weird sort of thing that it has. So knuckleball is a really interesting sport where you want to be strong so you can kind of get past enemies. But you also don't want to be strong because you don't want the ball to be too hard for you to move.
It'd be really easy for me to move.
Exactly. But
You could throw the ball.
I could just run down the side, and then you guys could just guard me.
so
But you'd run faster. But no, we'd remove the same speed.
I think I've got a speed thing as one of my traits, don't I? Feature. What's it called?
you
Are you allowed to use spells when you're playing
Yes.
knuckleball?
yeah, that's the key thing. It's quite a brutal sport because people will use spells, and
Can you die playing knuckleball?
many people have.
Oh dear.
It's
Obviously, I already know that. But...
yeah. It's quite an aggressive sport, but as of late they've improved safety, so typically people don't die nowadays.
I would probably die.
So there is a special thing though. There's a force field at the halfway mark of the knuckleball field.
Mm.
You cannot pass while holding the ball.
So you've got to pass it across the.
Exactly. To
Okay.
someone else. You can't pass it to yourself.
You can't just throw it across and then run onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
Offside rule.
It's magic. So
Also, you can't shoot spells across the halfway line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knuckleball.
Interesting.
Is there an offside rule?
there's no offside. Those are the only rules. Like go ham. But So you see this knuckleball field. Obviously, you've been to many in your time, of course. These two haven't. It's the first time you guys have seen a knuckleball field before.
I'm
There
assuming
is
on this
no
hour
sign-
walk. Yeah, he's explaining to us the rules. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Lance is with you, by the way, wherever Lance's token is.
We need an extra person. We've still not got an extra person.
You know,
do this.
I'm then kind of confused about how we've literally just killed what we think is the monster that's been terrorizing the town for months. And we've just left him there and been like, right, let's go play football. It doesn't make
I
sense.
mean, you've like spent some time harvesting it,
Yeah,
haven't
but we
you?
haven't told anyone that we've killed the giant, that we found the giant snake that is
They're all-
rumoured.
we can-
Yeah, but they're
we
all
can-
gonna come
Yeah,
here,
we can
aren't
tell
they?
them when they get here.
What, it was before the game?
Yeah, the Queen's coming. We'll just speak to her then.
And by the way,
Oh, yeah, you know that
that,
giant
you know
snake?
how there was the
The
rumour
monster.
about the monster? Yeah, it was true, and we also killed it,
Yeah,
and
you
that's
killed
on a farm.
Oh, yeah, and
I
also,
mean-
yeah, and also the farms, all the farms animals and
At
the
this
farmer
point,
are
it's
gone.
like- At this point, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Now it's 2 o'clock.
No, so we have enough time
We've
to
got
go.
10 hours.
Yeah, to go to town.
Alright, should we go back to the... Well, let's investigate this place first.
I feel like we need a long rest because I've got hardly any spell slots left.
Yeah, to go to town, rest, and then come back out here.
Mhm.
We should have enough time.
We need to investigate, though. We do need to...
We do need to. I want to investigate this before we.
Yeah, because it could, like, us
Cool.
playing could then destroy any
Yeah.
evidence.
We should really quickly look around. for
Investigation check. Is there anything we can see?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Can we all do an investigation?
All
check?
of you.
Yeah, let's investigate.
No.
Oh, no, it's just a +0.
10.
$13.
Wait, are you blessing?
You can also. His guidance is cantrip,
Guidance,
so I can just do it as many
guidance,
times as
Okay,
I
can
can
I...
on that.
I can roll it. 11.
Do you have a plus to anything?
No. I'm not very good at
Emmanuel,
investigating.
what was your roll?
I haven't rolled because I have a plus.
Ooh.
I will roll it. Ooh, not 20.
Ooh.
Nat 20. The first nat 20 of the day.
Dang.
Right.
You
So
should find something.
you
I go down, my face in the grass.
sniffing.
I pull out a needle.
You look around. So both of you, there's no sign of that anyone was here. It seems pretty empty, but Emmanuel knows better. He can sense a sort of magical energy in the air. So he's getting the urge to use detect magic.
Okay, I'll sit in the middle of the pitch for
Ooh.
10 minutes. I need to detect magic.
So he basically crosses his legs and sits down and starts meditating, and you guys are just vibing for 10 minutes.
Watching, you know.
Just
chatting-
hanging out,
chatting to
watching
Lance.
him do his thing.
You know.
But so, Lance, you've been to medical school.
So yeah, what would you like to do in the 10 minutes? Is there anything?
I'm going to ask Lance if he's ever been to medical school.
Lance is puzzled by your question.
Poor Lance. He,
But like,
he
Lance,
is
I
super
feel
father.
bad that you've been on this journey with us, and I feel like no one's ever thought to ask you.
I put my
anything
arm on his
about
shoulder and hold him in an almost threatening way.
yourself.
just
Have
tight
you
enough.
ever been to medical
Just tight enough
school?
for him to feel uncomfortable while you question him.
Since you're 6'6", your hand would be way lower.
How
So
tall's Lance?
he's like 5'11".
I'll be on him. Oh wait, I'll be like
Yeah.
over his shoulder.
So yeah, you're talking to him. Lance explains that he comes from humble beginnings. He's from a farmer, but this beast had killed his father. Well, so he thinks. So
What, the snake that we just killed?
And he
don't know
didn't,
if
he
it's
didn't
that
want
snake.
any revenge.
we don't know if it's the snake, and,
Okay.
and Lance doesn't think it is the snake. That was the
He doesn't
You
think
killed
so.
my father.
But
Prepare
anyway.
for that.
We've heard the beast is a lion or a leopard. Some people said that.
I
before.
thought everyone said the beast was a snake.
I'm gonna let Lance go now. I give him a pat on the butt and say
Two
sorry.
guys in the tavern thought it was a lion.
Well, I guess lots of animals are being mind controlled, so there could be a lion or snake. that's
There
being
could be a
mind
bunch of
controlled.
them. Yeah.
And there could be, who knows? And that's for you to investigate. But from your detect magic, you can feel a presence coming from the exact center of the knockable field. A very,
So
very
where
strong,
right where I'm sat.
right in the center of the knockable field.
Yeah. yeah. So I'm just like,
Down, yeah.
Hang on a minute, it's me.
We're right underneath you. It's extremely strong magic. You can feel
how
it.
close to the surface?
It feels like it's a few feet down.
Which
Okay.
means it's big.
Yeah, I mean, do I have a shovel? I think Rowan has a shovel. He bought one. I
We
remember
just
him
use our
buying
spears to dig as well.
one. Yeah, yeah. I call you over here, big strong man. You help me dig.
So you guys use your spears and you just poke at the ground.
Yeah, I've got
Eventually,
a staff.
you start hitting,
The Queen comes on to see this little fashion field.
This field costs millions of coins.
The field has a
5
magical
million gold
property.
pieces.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know the
so-
field has a magical property for repairing itself. So if let's say somebody casts fireball, that for half the so it's split into two halves. The game is, and after each half, the field repairs itself. So
Okay.
you'll be fine.
Okay, well,
But
alright then.
you start digging, and eventually you start hearing a clink, clink, clink. You hit something.
What is it?
It's the knuckle.
And what you see before your eyes shocks both of you. You see before you the Brecken Stone.
Ah. Okay.
What?
That went into the lake.
Yes.
I told you there could be more than one stone.
Okay.
Oh.
Last time you picked it up, it did weird brain stuff. So I'm gonna grab out like a blanket or something from my pack and just at arm's length.
Yep.
Just.
Yep.
It did weird brain stuff.
We should probably take this away from him very quickly.
Yeah.
Does anything happen to like the pitch when I move the stone?
Nothing.
Like, is the stone powering the pitch?
No.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
The pitch stays as it is, but the stone is now in your hands. And you can feel the energy kind of flowing through you and
Yeah.
flowing through it.
Yeah.
You don't feel comfortable holding it.
No,
You're not
I'm
magically-
very
It's a magically attuned item, so somebody
Yes.
who's magic would do better holding it.
I'm just gonna like hold it out to Artemis here. And just be like, don't take it, just like touch it and see if it does anything.
And I'm not going to use it. I feel like you can hold it without using it.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the message that we just got about Brecken's soul? Or
Um,
my soul, what was it? Because
It's in-
Brecken's soul is supposedly inside of this stone.
reckon we'll find my soul on your body.
I don't understand what it means.
Reckon we'll find my soul on your body.
Is this guy trying to get Brecken a body back? Because it's a ghost, so isn't shit. So is it like they're trying to transfer her soul, which is in that pit, into someone else's body, so she's reborn?
Maybe.
Is there like a cult of Brecken? I'm assuming.
It's kind of useless that the only magic people we ever talk to are the people that own the shops in the town, and they're not going to know anything about,
Adventuring.
like, underground magic.
I mean, we haven't seen any other adventurers, have we?
What about if the druid guy is trying to get the power?
Okay, that's the only thing that we found here, isn't it?
Well,
I
what
say
would
we
you-
just leg it back to town
Yeah.
and just be like, "Hey Maya, here's another stone." Yeah, and then let everyone know about the massive snake we found, because it's out the same entrance as.
Do we
the
want to let everyone
field.
know that we found it though? Because
Well, not like the Queen and Maya.
I was gonna say if we were going to try and look for the person who was controlling the snake, although I guess they would have seen through the snake's eyes.
Yeah, that it died. I'm assuming we'll tell like the Queen because she's the one who said the farm, and we tell Maya because we tell her everything now. And she's also half giant, so she could probably go out there and lift its remaining carcass
Yeah.
and do something with it, whereas we can't.
Mhm.
So just run back to town then. Hey Lance, don't tell this to anyone. You saw nothing.
Lance is confused as you are. So he's not sure about that stuff.
As confused as you are.
Are we
Um,
going to do a long rest?
I say we get back to town, hand this off to Maya.
You do know that stones that are imbued want to be at rest. So that they find themselves in places of rest that are of significance to the person that imbued them.
Okay, so he's telling us that this place is important.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what you know.
yeah.
So
Him.
this place is important to Bracket.
Yeah. Can we
It's
ask why the
broken.
pitch was built here? It takes a lot to build it. Why they built it so far away?
Yeah.
It's in a very magical area.
Yeah.
We need to find a historian who's like specializes in knuckleball history.
You've come to the right.
I mean, there'll be someone. And if people from both towns are coming here,
There will be a knuckleball expert.
yeah, we can find later, and they'll give us enough time to get back to town and rest and come back.
I don't happen to know anything about it, do I?
You know, like the history of knuckleball.
Tell us.
Is there any reason this place is important, or is it
Well,
it's important?
This
because it's always
pitch
been-
specifically. So knuckleball is an interesting sport. This is something you know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So he's saying that. Well, coincidentally, this was actually built like a few thousand years ago, after a great war that happened between Hammerstead and Hammerfell
Ah,
to bring the two towns together.
okay.
No checking.
Yeah. There was Relholt who protected Hammerstead. So that means Brecken was on the other side with Hammerfell, and that was the war they were fighting.
So when the war ended, you know that they built this knuckleball field here. You don't know why they built it here, but you know they built it to bring the two towns together. And you know the war ended when both Relholt and Brecken disappeared.
Yeah. So they disappeared and then the pitch was built.
Do we think this stone has been here under the pitch for a long time?
I mean, it was only a few feet under, so it wouldn't have been like,
So yeah, it's not been here for thousands of years.
especially with games being
Yeah,
played on
since
it.
when
It
it
would
was. Yeah, so it's not been here since it was built.
So I feel like, based on what you said about how damaged the pitch gets, it likely wasn't here in last year's game.
No.
Because someone would have damaged the pitch and found it. So it had to have been put here within the last year.
Does that mean that it's been put here, and
Do you reckon
the players were here while it was placed there, or while someone was trying to get it?
Possibly.
Which is why the players aren't there anymore.
Maybe they disturbed it.
It's got vaporized.
Yeah.
Was it both? Yeah, that was when they were training. So it
Unless
shouldn't
maybe
change.
they were trying to use the stone, the magic of the stone, to rig the game. And then it killed them because they weren't powerful enough to use it.
True. We do know that it does like rip people apart.
The problem is we simply don't know.
Is the problem.
So what are you gonna do?
I mean, there's nothing else we can do here, is there? So it's
I
better
don't
just
know
to,
anything, so.
yeah, better just to go back to town.
Yeah. So nothing happened when we took the stone out.
Nah.
I feel like
But-
that's what I mean. Like, truly, just accidentally disturbing the stone wouldn't kill you. It would make your whole team disappear. So they must have tried to use it to disappear.
But then, how would it have been covered again?
well, because the pitch regrows, doesn't it?
True. Yeah. Actually, right there. While we're still here, can I just check the ball, see if it has anything on it?
Go for it. So you go walk up to the ball. The ball is pretty big. It's like this big.
Yeah.
Big thing. You lift it up quite easily because you're not a very like strength based character. What's your strength? Actually, it might be.
I'm fairly strong. It's 15. I'm plus 2.
You like kind of struggle with it. Like you do kind of struggle with lifting it. Artemisia would have a much easier time lifting it.
I could lift it if you want. It'd be
But
really
yeah,
easy for
it
me.
seems like a pretty standard knuckle.
Okay.
My
I just
strength
want to
is
like throw it a
7.
bit and see if anything happens.
You throw it. You can't throw it very far because it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
But you throw it, and it just hits the ground. Nothing
Okay.
major happens.
Bring the stone close to it. See if the stone does anything when we bring it close.
Okay, I pick up the ball. I pick up the ball and I bring it over to the stone.
Immediately start feel energy radiating from both the knuckleball and the stone.
Ah,
Crack that baby open.
the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. I put it down. I'm like, here you go.
What's the best way to crack it open?
Big
Spear?
hammer.
Big hammer?
I mean, you have hand axe. Do I have anything?
Can't use your magic. Use a big magic hammer to just.
I have a mace. Not sure if that would.
I'll try use my spear and stab it.
You
with
just
what's-
snap the spear.
What are you gonna do?
use the spear, stab and twist, and try and crack it open.
Okay. Go ahead and roll strength.
So be what, 14? I think I've got +3 strength, right?
I've guided here.
17.
17. Now, you attempt to whack open the ball, but the ball resists. It's almost as if there's a force field around it. Knuckleball is a magical object that's been imbued, and it's an incredibly strong thing. And if you try and use strength to open it, that'll never work.
There's something in there.
I mean, it's a magical object. It's not necessarily like
Yeah.
an egg for something. But
I feel like we need a knuckleball expert to come and tell us if there's anything unusual.
If you
You're
take the
not
ball
a
off the
expert.
pitch, will anything happen to it?
you can try.
Do I know if it's unusual that it would be that the ball is behaving strangely next to the stone?
You know that it's a magic. That's all you know. You expect there to be some sort of strange behavior. You don't know specifically what. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that it just behaves like that because both things are magic.
Okay, if
Okay.
I carry, you take the ball with us? I'm assuming just 'cause it's reacting because it's a magical item near a big magical thing.
Mhm.
So no one else of us has like a magical item. Ben has a +1 bow, which
Mhm.
is enchanted.
Yep.
So if that reacted, we'd be able to tell we can hit.
Lance doesn't have anything magic, does he?
No, he's a simple farmer, humble farmer.
Why is Lance here?
Can I stand near the stone?
Mhm.
And I'll try and cast light on my shield.
Mhm.
Does it work like normal, or does it like supercharge it?
From what you can tell, how close are you to the stone?
Like 5 foot away.
You're
the
standing
same
right
distance
next
as
to
the same distance as the ball was.
Yeah.
As you do, light seems to pass normally, but it's radiating slightly stronger due to the
Okay.
magical disturbance that the stone is
I
causing.
take like a step closer.
It starts being disturbed and more.
Okay.
So
You don't need the ball. So throw a ball.
you yeet the ball.
Yeah. So it affects magic around it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I think we just take it and we show Maya, hey, we found another one,
Okay.
and we let her deal with it for a bit, and we go tell the queen, hey, we found a giant snake.
Killed it.
And killed it.
It was nothing.
Yeah, go for it. Do what you think is best. So where are you heading?
Anything else, Evie?
No.
Okay.
The town.
Back to
That's
town you
fine.
go. You enter the town of.
With this entrance, aren't we?
So where are you heading now?
Maya's first, or
Yeah.
off of the stone?
Mhm.
Yeah. of course
You
Maya's
enter
first.
Maya's to hear a familiar tune playing in the background. It's the magic that she is using to play music as she's tinkering
Yeah.
away. She senses you. She doesn't look around. She's like, "Adventurers, what did you find?"
You're the stone.
Oh, I have the stone.
Yeah.
And as soon as you take the stone out without even looking, she just sort of props up and she feels it. And she was like, "I thought you said the stone was underneath the waterfall."
Yes.
Yeah.
We found another one.
She says, "Give it to me."
Look here.
She takes it, puts it on the table, and examines it. And she closes her eyes for a second as if to cast a spell. And so she senses and she uses her magic to try and figure out what just things about it. And then she opens her eyes and says to you, "This isn't a different stone. This is the same stone that was brought here before. 100%.
I'm gonna walk up to it and I'm just gonna put my hand on it and see if it does the telepathy again.
It does.
Okay, so it just it says like Breckenstone.
Yeah,
Okay.
Breckenstone. Breckenstone. Breckenstone.
Okay. There's no marks or distinguishable marks on it.
Seems like it looked
Is
exactly
it like
the same.
is it like perfectly smooth? Is it a bit misshapen?
The stone was always like a gemstone.
Hmm.
It was always cut finely, and light could pass through it. It was always like that. It always looked like that.
Can I try like pull out a dagger and just make like a little scratch on it?
You
and
can
see
try.
if it does anything.
Mhm.
I'll try.
So you attempt to damage the Breckenstone.
Yeah.
It didn't like it. As you do, as soon as the dagger touches the surface of the stone,
Yeah.
the dagger, there's a and
Yeah.
the dagger goes flying out of your hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, Okay.
It was going to hit your owl, but then it goes poof, and then on your other
Right.
shoulder.
Good thinking. I go over and I just
Yeah.
pull my knife out the wall.
Yeah.
Stick. Okay. I'm gonna also mention the snake. We'll say we found it on the knuckleball pitch.
Mhm.
It was like in the center of the pitch. Do you have any idea why it would be there?
She looks and says, as you know, imbued items like this tend to want to be at rest, in a place of significance. Usually where the user died, but clearly not in this case because she couldn't have died in more than one place. And then a realization hits mine. The music stops, and she says, "Well, if it moved from the place she died, then that can only mean one thing:
It came back to life.
that Brecken is alive."
They're under the pitch.
Well, I mean, if Brecken and Roho were siblings,
Mm-hmm.
Roho died because the poem said that Roho died.
Mm-hmm.
He died on the waterfalls, and that's why it's called Roho Falls.
Mm-hmm.
So the significance of that point could be Roho died there.
Okay.
Significance of the knuckleball page could be that's where Brecken actually died.
We don't know. Maya says we don't know how either of them died.
Because Brecken also had a son, didn't he? Didn't she? Brecken's a female. Claps at the hands of he who Brecken bore. So Brecken had a son. So it could also just be other members of their family.
Mm-hmm. Maya looks at you and says the poem was wrong in the past, though. The poem assumed that Brecken was a man when Brecken was actually a female. So things have been lost to legend. We don't know.
No.
For now, would you like me to keep a hold of this?
Please, yeah. Keep it away from people.
Okay, I will. Brecken is up to something, and we need to find out what immediately.
Okay.
What are you going to do in the meantime?
We need a long rest.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to sleep. What are you gonna do in the meantime?
I will tell her about the snake we found at the farm as well.
Okay. She looks at you and says, "Well, there's no way that snake was the beast, right?"
Possibly.
It could have been, but there's always conflicting reports about it.
Mm.
If this snake is not dead, if reports still keep coming in about it,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll know.
Okay. Well,
But if the reports stop, then we know I have to do it.
yeah,
Could be more
that's
than one.
Probably.
who knows.
I'm assuming it's like the guy
Maya
in control
is,
of them is all of them.
Mara's clearly worried about all of this.
Yeah.
Her hometown is basically under attack, so she's really worried.
Yeah.
She says, "I think what I'll do is I'll speak to the queen, and we'll come up with a strategy to protect the city for now.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, you guys have a knuckleball match to play, so good luck."
Yeah. Do you have anywhere we can rest for some time before?
Go to the inn.
What's it called? There it is. The Forks Rest Tavern.
That will definitely take care of you.
Go to the Forks Rest.
Yeah.
Go and sleep.
Rest.
When we get there, can we ask the innkeeper if he knows anyone who would be interested in playing the knuckleball with us?
Okay.
Because we need an extra person.
But I am also wondering if we waited until the next time we played with Rowan and Ben, then we'd have a full team. So we could play the knuckleball match
True.
when it's Rowan and Ben are back, because I think that would be quite useful.
Yeah.
If
Hang
Ben's got a
everyone.
good sleight of hand, Rowan's very strong.
Bro can just tackle people.
Yeah.
And then Ben can just
I
run
feel
with the
like
ball.
with Rowan and Ben we'd have a pretty good team.
Yeah, we'd have a full team as well.
Yeah.
We all dream of a battle royale where we fight each other.
Right. So, yeah, you enter a tavern. One that you've been here before.
Mhm.
You've been to this one before. People are talking and chatting. There's a bard playing music in the background.
Mhm.
Pretty standard tavern. There is a drunk man
Oh, I like the drunk guy.
Oh yeah. He was very.
who's lying
Yeah.
across
That's
this table, completely passed out on the table.
As usual.
It's pretty standard for.
What's his name? It
It was Totty.
Totty. He's very friendly.
He's not on the list. I haven't looked at this.
What would you guys like to do?
Ask for how much it is for a room.
How many rooms would you like? Says the barkeep.
One each.
One each. That'll be. He looks and says 6 gold pieces each, please.
What if we just get one room between us?
I have bedroll.
I don't have to
blankets
sleep.
and
I don't
stuff.
even have to sleep. I can just sit.
Well, as long as he doesn't mind us all sharing a room, then.
He says, yeah. I mean, be my guest. 6 gold pieces.
I'm assuming that's what typically people would do. It's like.
Yeah.
big
So that's
group
only
of
2
friends.
gold each that we lose, rather than 6. And I don't even need a bed because I don't sleep.
Gold each.
Go for it.
26 gold now. Yeah.
Run it
But
low.
I spent a lot of money this game.
Yeah.
Even Lobsaw has more money than you.
I know. So I always end up buying potions and stuff. Okay, that's it. And then we're gonna grab some food, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And drinks, miscellaneous stuff. So I'm gonna take like another 2 gold out for like a food and drink
Okay,
before we sleep.
Yeah.
Yep. go for
And
it.
then long rest.
Even though it's like 2 p.m. I'm like, I'm sleeping.
We haven't rested in a long time.
No.
Go ahead and long rest.
It's not a big old fight.
We've just fought like a huge monster.
Is this alright? We can end it here if you want.
Yeah.
And you can wait for Ron and Ben for the next time.
Do we level?
So all of you feel a lot more experienced after everything you've done. Go ahead and level up your characters to end this. I think that's fair. And I think this is a natural place to end it. Alright guys.
Like.
Thank you for watching guys. I will see you later.